The Navarro Panther Network would like to thank the Panther Posse and the following diamond sponsors for supporting Navarro ISD and this broadcast. Aaron's Dock and Marine Construction, Advanced Electrical Services, AFC Lease Service,
The Navarro Panther Network would like to thank the Panther Posse and the following diamond sponsors for supporting Navarro ISD and this broadcast. Aaron's Dock.
We're here live, and we're here live in Geronimo, Texas. Erwin Lee Field had a little technical difficulties, but we're right back on. So Lance Blackburn here. I'm Hank Dietert. Sorry, Lance, I kind of stole your thunder, but we're going to go right into the Panther preview and talk about what the Panthers could do tonight against Smithsville Tigers.
So we're back home, right, after an 0-2 start for the Panthers, but we are welcoming the sight of the home field here. But you know what? We welcome the challenge, Hank. I think tonight, what we need to look at is improving our, little bit. We saw the O-line improve a little bit last week. We cut down on some penalties last week. We probably need to execute a little bit better in our pass game, but execution's the name of the game, right?
Right, and then you got those injuries. You talk about that keep coming up, and those injuries, really kind of hurt you overall. But they'll be back later, from what I understand.
Yeah, we'll see, and we'll hope to get those running backs back and a key linebacker back here in the future. But let's talk a little bit about the defense and the defense in game one. It seemed like as big plays on the run game, and in game two as big plays in the pass game. And I think if we limit those tonight, we can have a better shot. And, So
defense, giving up a lot of points that we're not used to seeing by the Panthers. So we're hoping they can limit those big plays, and most of them are on big plays. They're not. The Panthers need to grind them out. So what we're going to talk about now, though, is a little bit about Smithsville. Smithsville is a team that's coming in here 1-1. They've beat Austin Travis 56-0. And then they lost to Sealy Tigers, but the state-ranked Sealy Tigers 48-0. And tonight's Parents' Night, so we're going to be looking at them as well. We're going to go over a few more things, but I'm going to be joined by Scott Kibbe in just a moment. So we'll get Scott up here as well. And let me get you turned up now, Scott. I'm glad to have you in, and we know we always talk to you about fun facts and all that, but real quick, I wanted to get your opinion on on Smithsville and what we could see from them tonight, and what are some of their biggest threats.
Well, we know the quarterback. We saw him last year. He's a great athlete, makes a lot of plays. He gave us fits last season. I lost a couple of his receivers from before, but
there's Lance Blackburn. He's made it on the field. He was just here. How did that happen?
Got down there in a hurry.
Yeah. So our quick fun fact tonight.
Give you a couple quick ones that hopefully make Panther fans feel good coming into this game. Number one, the Panthers are 37-2 in their last 39 home games.
Oh wow! Yes.
Really, that goes back to the Fredericksburg game, which some of us don't think should count because the refs went to sleep at the end. So I'll call it 42-2. It would be if they were for that, but that's just a little bitterness. Second thing is that since 2014, when they split 4A into two divisions,
right,
the Panthers have only lost. The only teams in the entire division they've lost to are Cuero, Wimberley, and then West Orange Stark in that semifinal game. Smithsville is another Division II, 4A Division II team. In fact, overall, the only teams in that division have ever beat them: Port Isabel in 2012.
Oh wow!
New entrants Gerald a few times in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah,
no one else has beat them.
I got to play Gerald back in 1982. So
series is 5-3, Gerald. So we'll see if we can tie that up later this season.
All right, Scott. Thank you so much for those interesting facts. We hope to see a good game. We've got to watch that quarterback Robertson from Smithsville. We can't let him get loose. That's for sure.
Yeah, got to get him better under control than last season. So.
All right, folks, we're going to tune in to the Parents' Night, and Scott Kibbe from the Seguin Gazette, a special correspondent, Seguin Gazette. Thank you very much. All right, we'll let you hear the sights and sounds of Parents' Night.
Number 12, Walter Dietz. Dietz is escorted by Mother Ashley, Father Weldon, and Brother Waylon. Number 13, Langdon Taylor. Taylor is escorted by Mother Paige and Father Jamie. Number 14, Bryce Nall. Bryce is escorted by Mother Tricia, Father Greg, and Sister Madison. Number 20, Caleb Garcia. Caleb is escorted by mother Diana, father Manuel, and brother Ian. Number 21, Diego Chapa. Diego is escorted by mother Leah, father Val, and sister Aiden. Number 22, Case Monroe. Case is escorted by mother Timmy and father Mark. Number 26, Tragan James. Tragan is escorted by mother Ashley, father Chris, sister Trusley, brother Trail, and sibling and sister Shayla. Number 32, Hayden Tolliver. Hayden is escorted by mother Paula and father Sean. Number 34, Sam Sneed. Sam is escorted by mother Rebecca, father Joshua, sister Sabrina, and brother Sebastian. Number 35, Jacob Gilbert. Jacob is escorted by mother Amanda, father John, and brother Bubba. Number 42, Jacob Harry. He is escorted by mother Maureen and father Jesse. Number 50, Paxton Sanco. Paxton is escorted by mother Sarah, father Jonathan, and sister Addison. Number 52, KQ. Kay is escorted by mother Nina, father John, brother Colin, and brother Keegan. Number 54, Owen Gonzalez. Owen is escorted by mother Liz, father Robert, and sister Emma. Number 55 and number 79, Matt Berry and Houston Berry. They are escorted by mother Lori, father Doyle, and brother Mason. Number 56, Jaden Gomez. Jaden is escorted by mother Jeanette, father Rico, sister Elena, brother Jeremiah, and sister Aliyah. Number 60, Caleb Hagan. Caleb is escorted by mother Holly, father Jeff, sister Elizabeth, and brother Jace. Number 64, Knox Galini. Knox is escorted by father Jared and brother Rasad. Number 65, Ross Strickland. Ross is escorted by Mother Megan and Father Christopher. Number 68, Matthew Holmes. Matthew is escorted by Mother Lori, Father Scott, and Brother Brian. Number 71, Thor Jensen. Thor is escorted by Mother Laylene and Father Shay. Number 73, Matthew Richardson. Escorted by Mother Tara and Sister Rowan.
How you doing?
Hello, how are you doing?
Good, good.
And now for our student trainers, starting with Haley Garner. Haley is escorted by Mother Laura and Grandfather Juan.
Working hard?
Carly Hittner. Carly is escorted by Mother Jennifer and Father Chris.
A whole week and 4 days instead of a 5-day week. I went to Del Rio yesterday. I didn't get home till midnight last night.
Yeah, what do you like 5.5 hours?
It's from here to there. It's like 3.5 hours.
Gabrielle Deichel.
I had to do all the work.
She is escorted by Mother Bridget and Father Dennis.
Finished there at 9. I got home at 12. It was a long day.
Helen Whitehead.
Today
Helen is escorted by Mother Lisa, Father James, and stepmom Sarita.
you know, Formula One is this weekend, so I was watching
Three races.
the pre-practice today, and some more gonna be qualifying. November, December for me.
Next up is Tyler Stevens, escorted by stepdad Michael and Father John.
I'll slow down.
People want their goals.
Yeah. Right before winter time, right?
Aliana Ponce, escorted by Savannah, Anthony, Savannah, and brother-in-law Anthony.
What's going on? How you doing?
What's up, man? How are you?
Parents and families, we thank you once again for your support and dedication for our student athletes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here at Irwin Lee Field, and we're going to go and take a look at the sponsors of tonight's game by the Panther posse. We have all the diamond sponsors. We're going to show you all of them on the screen, so here they are.
All right, folks, we're back live here at Irwin Lee Field. Temperature's about 87 degrees down tonight. Winds out of the south-southeast about 11 miles an hour, but I'm going to go through the Panther offense and defensive lineups. Starting for the offense, at tight end, Ian Palmer, number 5. Strong tackle, Matthew Richardson, number 68. Strong guard, Mac Berry, number 55. Center, Paxton Santone, senior, number 50. Quick guard, Matthew Holmes, number 68. Quick tackle, Owen Gonzalez, number 54. Swingman, Landry Blackburn, number 7. Starting at quarterback, Bryce Nall, number 14. Fullback, Caden Guerra, number 9. Halfback, Antoine Mabane, number 1. And tailback, Xavier Cropper, number 10. Punting tonight for the Panthers will be Landon Taylor, number 13. And on to our defense. The Panther defense will be led starting with Bo Brumley at defensive end, number 6. At tackle, nose tackle that is, defensive tackle, Jaden Gomez, number 56. At nose tackle, Houston Berry at number 79. Defensive end, Landon Taylor, number 13. 2 linebackers tonight. First one is Jacob Arias, number 42. The other linebacker is Hayden Tolliver, number 32. At weak safety, we've got Gabriel Rangel, number 11. At strong safety, we've got Nick Swartzlosey, number 3. At free safety, we've got Bryce Nall, number 14. And our 2 cornerbacks, first cornerback, our boundary quarterback will be Landry Blackburn, number 7, and Tregan James, number 26.
Tonight, the Navarro Panthers played their first home game by taking on the Smithsville Tigers.
The Smithsville Tigers offense, their quarterback is Derek Roberson, number 1. Running back, Christian Haywood, number 11. We've got another wide receiver, Jackson Hancock, number 6. Wide receiver Tyson Hancock, his brother, number 5. Wide receiver Ladarian Sullivan, number 23. At left tackle, we've got Baylor Watson, number 71. At left guard, we've got Caden Stockdale, number 52. At center, we've got Chris Bereja, number 64. Right guard is Curtis Burleson, number 75. Right tackle, Melvin Evans, number 55. Now the Smithfield Tiger defense. Starting with their secondary, free safety, Tyson Hancock, number 5. Strong safety, Christian Haywood, number 11. Linebacker Trevin McClanahan, number 8. Linebacker Matthew Maldonado, number 50. Linebacker Ladarian Sullivan, number 23. Defensive end Achilles Bryant, number 51. Defensive end Noah Baxter, number 44. Defensive tackle Melvin Evans, number 55. Another defensive tackle Murray Deshay, number 25. Defensive tackle Curtis Burleson, number 75. And their nose tackle, Caden Stockton, number 52. So that will complete the offense, defense for the Smithfield Tigers tonight. We welcome them here to Geronimo, Texas, where we've got about 10 minutes to kick off. And we'll dive back in a little bit into our keys to the game. You want to talk to keys to the game, Hank?
Oh, wow. I mean, I think for the Smithfield Tigers, I think they played us last year. It was 45-35, and the Panthers won that game. And I think they were really outplayed only at the trenches, I think. And I think if they win at the trenches tonight for Smithville, I think that's one of the keys, win in the trenches. Second key would be no mistakes I think if the Panthers get the ball, they're going to grind it out and keep that away from the offense. I really see that's something the Panthers will have to do. That might be one of their keys. But for Smithville, they need to take care of the ball. And the last thing is they really have speed and take advantage of that speed, get to the outside, and special teams. So take advantage of the speed is my third key.
Yeah, exactly. And we've seen in the first 2 games that speed has killed our Panthers. So we're going to move into our school song at this point in time for the Smithville Tigers.
And now the Navarro High School alma mater.
Oh, here we go, Panther Band.
The grandest band in the land.
Yes, sir.
You may be seated.
All right, Hank, you want to jump? Let's jump back into the keys to the game for the Navarro Panthers tonight. I think key number 1 would be let's forget about the first 2 games. Let's get back to the basics.
Yeah, flush them.
Right. These games don't count towards district or playoffs or anything, but I think key number 1 for me would be to tackle. Get off blocks, gang tackle, rush to the ball. You know, the old adage, get to the speed, ball carrier, and tackle well. Key number 2 for me would be control the game. Control the game with your offense. Often that means, the big offensive line, what we're so used to here in Navarro is to be physical, right? We talked about physicality a lot week 1.
Right.
And I think we can, if we can grind it out, keep it away from their playmakers and their ball, their big ball playmakers, we can do that.
We need to do a lot of this if we.
There we go.
Yeah, we need to run over some people and get through that line of scrimmage and get our 3 yards in a cloud of plastic pellets.
And then the third one for me is, we haven't forced a turnover all year long, and it would be nice to get 2 or 3 of those tonight, flip the field, and force some turnovers for the defense.
Yeah, and that is, I think that's the biggest key, is that the Panthers haven't seen a turnover, yet, and they created plenty in scrimmages. They had, I believe, 6 turnovers in the 2 scrimmages before this season, and now to have none in their favor, that's a little disheartening. And so I'm hoping the Panthers tonight can make some things happen.
Yeah, we are -3 in the turnover department. And what that means for you folks, that means we have 3 turnovers and our opposition has 0. So I think that's a big key to the game tonight.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And usually, unless you're a special team, like we saw the Bills last night play the Rams, and they had several turnovers. They had about 3 turnovers in that first half, and they were still, the winning team out of, then they turned the ball over again in the in the second half, and they had 4 turnovers total. They still won it, but that takes a special team. And the Panther team is a special team, I always say. But what they need to do is they have to grind it out. So you can't get behind, and they got to get ahead and play from being ahead as opposed to playing from being behind.
Right, and what we're looking for is some playmakers on defense for some guys to step up and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to force a turnover. I'm going to get that interception instead of knocking the ball down. I'm going to go intercept it. And,
oh yeah.
And or punch that ball out, right?
Yeah, I mean, and when you stand up a player, the first player stands him up. The next player comes and cleans up, but he also punches at the ball. You know, do whatever you possibly can to make that happen.
Right.
So,
So
I'm there with you, and you had. You were going to talk about, I think, did you already mention it? If not, but about the uniforms. You know, I'm thinking the people need to know we have new uniforms tonight.
So, yes, we have new uniforms. We're wearing our home purple tonight, and we've got new uniforms. They're not a lot different than what we did have. Here come the Smithsville Tigers, folks.
Yeah, now they're wearing white with their orange. You don't see that like every day, but it reminds me of Gonzales, you know.
It does.
The orange and black there.
And they're white on white. Nice, sharp-looking white uniforms, orange numbers, orange helmets for the Smithville Tigers. And
so we were getting at the once we see them come out, I guess, Lance, but we'll see the Panthers come out here with the fight song in just a moment. But the Panthers they're going to have the purple look. We haven't got to see that yet. We've seen them in their whites, but we haven't seen them with the purple look, which we're just about to unveil here in a moment.
Purple jerseys, purple helmets with the traditional Navarro N.
Yeah, and then and then with the number on one side and the N on the other. So and I had to point out what Scott Kibbe had talked about in his article on Wednesday a little bit, that Coach Blunt really wants to see in this game to be able, as you talked about earlier, is execution. And he wants to see the players execute a play almost perfectly, you know, every play. And you can't, you know, you expect perfection, but we understand it's something you always strive for, but maybe you never get to. But if you don't have high standards and high expectations, you know, then you're never, ever going to be able to improve. And I think he's looking for that improvement is really what he means.
That's right. Execution is the name of the game in football, right? I mean, the opposing team can know exactly what you're doing on the offensive side or the defensive side, but if you don't execute it and execute it perfectly, not every single time, right? But execute, and execution is really the name of the game, and that's why they practice all the long hours. That's why we got 2 a days. That's why we do what we do, right? All right. Looks like the Panthers are about ready to come out here. So they've got their black pants, purple socks.
Yeah, they went back to the black pants, and Coach Havron back in the day, you know, got black pants, and the whole story behind it. He was here last year in the booth with us and gave us a little backstory to that, and told us that these black pants were basically the only thing available. They were late in getting them ordered. There was no more white pants left, so they took the black, and then it became one of the traditional jerseys that had been all the way back to the early 2000s. Here comes your Panthers. So, and then we have the captains out as well.
So your Panther captains are number 54, Owen Gonzalez, number 14, Bryce Nall, number 22, Case Monroe,
and the last one,
I think the last one's Bo Brumley, number 6.
Bo Brumley, yes.
Sorry, they're facing. They're facing.
And which you don't normally see. Normally they're facing from their own sideline, and this time they have them facing each other from goal line to goal line. But I do like the black and purple back together again. So
it sounds like it's a staple, right?
Yeah.
It's a new staple.
Yeah.
Or actually, it's been a staple for at least, geez, 15 years or so.
But I have to say, I did kind of like the jerseys from last year and the year before. I thought they were or get in good change, but coming back to black makes you feel better. Okay, Panthers win the toss, and they deferred. So Smithville, I'm assuming, is going to receive, yes. And so Smithville Tigers will have the ball first at the south end zone, and the Panthers be kicking off from the north side of the field. If Smithville will be going from your right to your left of your screen, and then the Panthers will be going from the left to the right of your screen. So you can't say, it used to be saying from the radio knobs, there's no such thing as that either, because we're not radio anymore. Thank goodness for the Panther posse putting this all together. And we'll get ready here for the national anthem, Lance.
Please remain standing to honor the colors and for the playing of our national anthem. The flag raisers tonight are from the Guadalupe Valley Young Marines under the direction of Unit Commander Dillon.
Out there tonight. All right, welcome to Geronimo, Texas. Panthers are kicking off.
Yeah, you never know who's kicking off either, because the Panthers seem to always try to hide that.
We've got about three kickers.
Right.
Which is great. It is Sneed. He kicks it. It's fielded about the 24. Oh, he reverses to number 5. He's going to be Hancock. Missed tackle. He's around the corner. He's pulled now. Nice tackle out there.
Yeah. Rangel comes up with the big stop there, Gabriel, and he's
Landon Taylor cleaned it up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So they're gonna start their drive at about the 31-yard line.
So you see how Smithville wants to get people in space. We're going to see that early, and you'll see maybe even some short passes and those sorts of things. So they're starting out at the 31-yard line.
Roberson in the shotgun. Oh, it's almost. Oh, he does hand it. It's handed off and going to the left side. Their running back, he loose squeezes. He's finally pulled out of bounds after a large game, although we do have a yellow hanky on the field.
Yeah.
That's Krishan Hayward.
Yeah, Krishawn Haywood gets around off to that left side, and it looks like he almost got the ball from the snap, but there may be a hole that brings this back, or an illegal block below the waist. You can't go outside in. Nope, they're going to just call the old-fashioned hold, but I think it was on the edge. So now that's going to repeat first down.
It was almost disastrous in the backfield there. It was almost, we almost had our first turnover on the first play. It almost looked like it hit his helmet. Right?
Yeah, Haywood.
Snap.
Yeah, Haywood was like, "Hey, wait, the ball's right here," and Robertson was able to get the ball down into him, and that was an amazing feat in of itself. So
Yes. So it's going to back him up, actually, to almost the original line of scrimmage.
and that's a spot foul. So that's
Spot
why.
foul. So yeah, they're going to start at second and 8 from the 33. He's back. He's going to run it, and the Panthers are right there. They bottle it up almost for looks like about a 1 yard gain.
Yeah. And one of the players that was right in on it right away, number 56, that's Jaden Gomez, the senior for the Panthers, in on that tackle with a whole host of Panthers. So it wasn't just one, but he looked to be one of the first ones there.
So looks about 2nd and 7 from the Tiger 34-yard line. Again, shotgun. Roberson back. He's got a player in motion. Oh, looks like
he
a
went
false start.
forward. Yes.
Yeah.
It was like, look at that, a big. I mean, that's if you're a Panther fan. I know we may have some Smithsville Tigers watching us out there, but this is a Panther broadcast.
Number 2, Romas Adams.
Yeah.
The sophomore receiver split to this side. Looked like he just jumped and moved his feet a little bit.
Yeah, Trevor McClanahan was in motion on that play, and he goes forward, and then the next thing you know, the receiver jumps because he's already jumped.
So that moves the ball back to the 29-yard line of the Tigers. So it's going to make it about 2nd and 12. Roberson again back in the shotgun. He's got a single. Number 8 is in motion going to the far sideline. He throws it quick. Quick pass. Oh no. Quick pass, quick slant, and it looks like he's going to take it to the house, folks.
Yeah, that's Smithville's number 5, Tyson Hancock. 5'10", 175 senior takes it all the way in. I know there's brothers, so I get it mixed up between the two, but man, he takes it all the way. And those are those short little passes that Smithville doesn't look to go big plays other than after the fact. So
yes, that is their bread and butter. At least it's been that way this year. Is short, quick throws and get to their speedy, shifty receivers to make one move, and sure enough, they did.
That ball foul.
now,
Unsportsmanlike conduct called against the Panthers. Excuse me.
That's against Smithville. Okay, there was unsportsmanlike conduct that goes against Smithville. They'll enforce that on the kickoff, and so Smithville will kick from all the way back, I believe, back to the 25-yard line.
So it looks like number 13 is their kicker, Jefferson. Oh, it looks like we got
Delay a
another
game?
flag.
Or a movement. Offsides defense. It's hard to tell. I'm not going to say one because those are bang plays that they say somebody moves and they come across, and then, or it's the opposite. It's an encroachment more than a straight up offsides. Now, since that's the case, you see Smithville's offense is coming out on the field. Now they're going to go for 2 since it's inside. It's at the 1.5-yard line because they started off at the 3-yard line, and half the distance to the goal takes it to the 1.5. If my math is correct.
So they've got it. Roberson, again, split and shotgun. Oh, he runs up. He's under center. He's going to – oh, he gets pushed back. Again, another flag.
I don't think this time it's going to be against the Panthers. I think it's going to be motion early. They were not set, so it could be illegal procedure, one of the two. So dead ball, false start is what the call is.
False start. So, again, they're going to shuffle the kicking team back on the field here. So it looks like we're going to get back where we started.
Yep.
And maybe try a kick.
Yeah, they're going to come in with their field goal team. You know, and the clock doesn't run at all during this whole time, you know. So, and then we'll see how that goes.
So again, they line up. The snap's a little high, but he holds it. He kicks it. Nice kick, but he
no
missed it.
good. It went off to the left side. So the score we have here is going to be 6-0 with Smithsville. And then now do we have another flag?
Looks like
Hold everything right here. It's like, oh, Keith Jackson. Whoa, Nelly. Oh, we have running into the kicker against the Panthers. So that's going to be half the distance to the goal. Oh, because obviously you want to take that.
Yes, yes.
You want to take that penalty because you missed the extra point. So now Smithsville is going to have a chance at doing it again. Oh, no, I'm sorry. They called tripping. And let's see how this pans out. And they're putting it right back to where it was at. Wait a minute. Somebody help me out here.
So again, we are right back where we started from play one. It's lined up at the 3. They are going to kick.
So right now it's 6-0 with Smithsville ahead.
Oh, another flag.
Oh my goodness! This is the longest try I've seen forever, and so right now we'll have the white hat here, the head official, who will come out and tell us what this flag's going to be. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and go get me a burger and a drink. You want something as well?
Yeah. Can you get me a Diet Coke and some popcorn?
There we go.
I don't know if I've seen this ever at any level.
Well, I've seen some strange things as far as in the regular field, the play, or but not on a try. And,
No.
and I'll give a history of the try. They actually call it a try. You say 2-point conversion or extra point.
Right.
But it is actually a try. And you'll hear officials when they say the try is no good or,
Right.
And so what that is because it comes from rugby. So I guess personal foul goes against the Panthers. And then and it's good. So the extra point is going to be good. And now they're going to enforce that one. So we have offsetting. If you remember, there was unsportsmanlike conduct, and that would have put it back to the 25. Now they're going to take and go 15 forward, and it's going to be right back at the 40, just like we saw over here for the extra point. We went back and forth till it was actually right at the same spot. So they're going to spot it at the 40 from what my calculations would be, Lance.
Yeah, so we're 7-0, 10:25 left in the first quarter, and after all that, we're back to a normal kickoff. But hey, big play.
Yeah, big plays. And that's what we talked about as one of the keys. You cannot allow them to have big plays. And that with speed. And Lance, you pointed out to me earlier that they have a lot running 4-5, 4-6. That's the majority of their skill players. That's what they run. And so when you have that kind of speed, you have to contain. And it's not about going in and being, super aggressive, but you do have to be aggressive. Don't get me wrong, but you can't go in there and over pursue because they can make that cut and go back to the other side with that kind of speed, and you've got to cover the backside. Those little passes, those deep passes, man, they could really get you, and they did.
All right, so they kick it. It's up. It's a long, high kick, deep. And a fair catch was called by Cropper.
Yeah.
So Panthers should have that at their own 25-yard line.
A smart play by Cropper to take that and just take the fair catch, get the ball back up at the 25-yard line, and so you get decent field position. You're not caught up back there. You don't have to worry about a turnover. You made the right call. Good job by Cropper. And then the other thing I want to point out is tomorrow's Panther Fest too. So don't forget about Panther Fest for the FFA, as they've got a lot of activities going on at the Big Red Barn. It starts pretty early, and they'll have tractor pulls and mules.
All right, so the Panthers hand it off. Mabane off the left side. He's got a lot of room. He's still running. He's still fighting, and he's going to get about 11 or 12 yards, depending on where they mark that.
Yeah, and McBain did a good job of being patient on the play as he looked to where his blockers, again, he's looking to where his blocker is. So he's looking at the he's looking at his blockers. He's reading his blockers, and McBain did good. You don't see that from every running back either.
So Null under center. He hands off.
Oh,
That's he's up the middle. That's Cropper. It fooled me. I was looking at Null in the backfield, and Cropper's running loose and free.
I think half of the Smithsville Tigers felt the same way when they thought they had Bryce Null, but Bryce Null really barely got the ball off, and it's that almost that hip. That ball's on his hip when Cropper takes it and goes inside. Nice cross trap play by the Panthers center and the left guard. Did a very good job on that play.
So Null hands it again. Oh, Heroes, he's got a bunch of yards. He's running straight up the middle for a Panther first down.
Yeah, Caden Guetta was able to get the first down by, again, winning in the trenches. We talked about that too. And the Panthers right now are able to do that up front. And when this Panther team could do that, watch out, because they could make some holes and big plays can happen. So I know a play that may come up, but I don't want to give it away just yet. Let's see what happens.
1st and 10 from the 22. Null hands it again to Cropper up the middle, and he's wrangled down very quickly by looks like number 51, Achilles Bryant, with the tackle for the Tigers.
Yeah, Achilles Bryant, 6'2", 235 junior. He plays the linebacker position, and he really runs downhill well.
So 2nd and 9 for the Panthers. Again, about the 21 and a half yard line, going in. McBain in motion, he hands it. He hands it off, and he is slung down. Almost. Well,
Yeah.
No flag.
No, and that was
For a big loss.
a jet sweep that didn't really develop because of the outside linebackers there. That really, I think 23 was the big culprit at first, and then you had Sullivan was in there, and I didn't catch who else was in there that made the big play. I think it was 55, and that was Melvin Evans, defensive lineman. Yeah, he's 6'2", 265, big boy that had a little bit of speed as well.
So the Panthers from their own 28. Looks like they're going to throw. There is a
Free play.
flag down. He's got it. He throws it. Bryce just throws it deep and out of play.
Yeah, we know it's on the defense because the whistle didn't blow, and they didn't call any kind of illegal procedure that I'm aware of. And that ball showed you what kind of arm Bryce Null could have. Now we got to get him a little bit on the accuracy, but even if he threw an interception on that one, yeah, it's defensive offsides, and that's going to go against Smithville. We'll have another 3rd down attempt coming up for the Panthers. Do you say this is 4th down territory for the Panthers?
I think so. I think right now, unless they get, down inside, if they got it down inside the 10, they'd have a first down. But
yeah, they'd have to get it to the 15, I think, in order to try for a field goal, because I think that's the limitation that you'd see by Sneed.
yeah, and we haven't seen a field goal this year, so we're not sure what the range is at
Right.
all. We've just seen a couple extra points. But so Null, about 3rd and 11, he fakes it. He's around. He's got a bunch of room. He's gonna score. Oh, he's tripped. No, but he's in. He's in for a Panther touchdown. And that shows you right there, Hank, the running ability of Bryce. We saw his arm on the last play, and then on this play we see that he can take it to the house running as well. So.
Yeah, I want to tell you, Bryce Null was able to show, and he did a little bit of that high knees pull through and drive through that tackle that would have taken him down, and then was able to keep his balance. And you talk about balanced player, that kick is up, and it looks to be good.
Well, nice drive there for the Panthers.
Yeah.
Way to answer.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean,
yeah, you come right back down, and that was big chunks of yardage for the most part on that particular drive. And Null takes it all the way, and he goes 29 yards on that run for that touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, that was, you get punched in the mouth early, and you come right back and score, and that's where we got to have that tonight.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, you got to have that. So now, while we're in between, now we're not running the some of the sponsor lists, but you had some information about what had taken place last night, Lance.
Yeah, so last night our sub-varsity football, and we're going to go back to 7th grade. Our 7th grade played at Lytle, and they got the victory 20-0. 8th grade, again, played right after them, I think, at Lytle. They won 34-14. Our freshmen played Lytle as well. They came up a little bit short, 19-8. And then our JV was at Smithsville, and they picked up a big win at 41-0.
Wow.
For the Panthers.
Wow, that's awesome. So now, is it going to be Blackburn or Sneed? Looks like Blackburn on the onside kick.
Oh,
Nice
it bounces off, and it looks like.
Let's see if the Panthers have it. It looks like it was going to be recovered.
And it is. It is.
Oh, by the kicker, Blackburn.
By the kicker, Blackburn. He kicks it and went and got it.
Wow, we got to give him a big. So now the Panthers regain the possession on that onside, and great onside because it went right into the chest of the receiving team and bounced out. And you never let it come to your chest, and you're told that on the front line all the time. Use your hands.
Right.
Don't let it get into your chest. Even when you're receiving a catch, you're not supposed to let it hit your pads, and that's exactly what happened there to Smithville.
So Null from the 49-yard line. It looks like he fumbles.
Yep.
And I think the Tigers have jumped on it, folks.
Yep, the Tigers end up with it. It goes right back to them. And I don't even know if that was supposed to have been that little jet sweep, and the tailback thought the quarterback pulled it. And so Null pulled it. I didn't see who was the tailback in that one, but I thought it was number 5, Ian Palmer, playing tailback. And bad exchange between the two, or a misunderstanding.
And hey, we haven't seen Palmer in the backfield, so if that was the case,
yeah.
And I'm sorry, I was peeking down. I didn't see it exactly, but so they're going to set up shop at the Panther 49, 1st and 10. Oh, and they fumble. Who jumps on that?
Who gets it? Oh man, I think the Tigers got it back.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. Number 23, Ladarian Sullivan jumped on it.
Yeah, Ladarian's, he's 160 pounds, a senior, runs about 5'8", and he's one of those quick runners too. And, with the Smithville doing that now gives him a 2nd and long.
So Roberson back, he fakes it. He is wrangled quick and almost looks for maybe 1 yard there, but
yeah.
he was pulled down. I can't see who it was.
Yeah.
Actually, Jaden Gomez again.
Yeah, Jaden. Yeah, Gomez in on that, and then he had. I always have a hard time remembering Landon Taylor's name. I know I've said it last year too, but Landon Taylor was in on it as well.
So from the 48, 3rd and 9. Oh, a little confusion in the backfield. They hand it off, and the Panthers wrangle him quick. Oh, Brumley with a quick tackle. And I think it was, Jacob Arias, number 42, actually made the initial contact there. So great play by the Panthers. It's going to bring up a 4th and 10. He lost a yard on the play.
Yeah, now the Panthers forced it to 4th down. It's going to be a punt, but you never know. Look who's back there punting the ball. Who's the punter? And Robertson. And so he's probably going to do a rugby style, and if it's open, he may take off with it. Or watch for that fake with the pass going down the field. He's got a good, accurate arm. Now they have mass protection going on.
So he is going to kick it. It's close. We almost block it. It's a nice high punt. Gets a Panther roll and goes in the end zone.
Yeah, the Panthers get a break on that one as it takes that roll all the way to the end zone, and it brings it back out to the 20 on a punt. So the Panthers will get it at the 20 and decent field position. So, and Lance, I know I didn't get to go over in detail. I brought up the FFA's Panther Fest that's going to be at the Big Red Barn tomorrow. If I remember right, they start the tractor pulls early in the morning, and that starts around 9 o'clock, I believe. So 9:30, and you get also sausage plates and all that will happen around 5 o'clock. You get a silent auction as well. So we got a lot going on tomorrow.
So it looks like Bryce Knoll up to the.
Oh, you don't like to see that. Coming after a punt, you don't like to see that when the Panthers have to take a timeout. And that timeout was taken because of the 25-second play clock is the clock that you have when the ball is spotted after a dead ball. It's 25 seconds, not a full 40 seconds. So the Panthers almost had to delay a game, and so they went ahead and took that timeout. So that's the first timeout of the half for the Panthers had taken that. So you have any other announcements that you'd like to make in this timeout, Lance?
Yeah, so what happened last week at the high school is looks like last Saturday cross country was in Selma, and the varsity Lady Panthers finished 3rd overall, and the men's varsity finished 15th overall. For the Lady Panthers, Zoe Clark in a 2-mile race was 14th, which kind of led the Lady Panthers for them to get what they got. So the Panthers are back, 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Handoff Mabane to the left side. He's got a bunch of room. He's going. He's still running. 50, and he's pulled out. Pushed out of bounds at about looks like
Wow, that's what he looked like going down the sideline. I mean, just because you saw number 5 there for Tyson Hancock had the angle, and but man, I saw Mabane almost outrun that angle.
37-yard gain for the Panthers. 1st and 10. They hand off up the middle.
Yeah, and got extra yards. So
that's the new freshman, Cohen Blunt. With the rumbling, bumbling, stumbling for about 7 yards, it looks like, down to the 37-yard line of the Tigers.
Yeah, Cohen Blunt was able to get down the field and get 6 yards on the play. And man, anytime you can get 6 yards and get ahead of the chains, you're doing great. And so far, the Panthers have been able to run the ball, do what they need to on offense. And I still want to give that credit to that offensive line right now. They're doing their job and making these holes and making things happen.
So 2nd and 4, he hands off, and he is met fat. Oh, Cropper bounces off though. Looks like he's trying to get outside, and he is stripped of the ball. Complete number 50, I think it was.
Yep.
Matthew
Maldonado
literally runs up, strips the ball straight out of Cropper's hands, and takes it on his own.
Yeah, and that's the turnovers you can't see for this Panther team. I mean, we saw Smithsville turn the ball over. We saw the Panthers turn the ball over now twice in this game, and you just can't have it. Got to protect the ball, but they stood him up, and that's what happens when you stand up a player. Cropper, you have to say, he broke the first tackle, and it looked like he had a chance to get to the outside, but good job by Maldonado in the strip.
So it looks like the Tigers are going to set up their own 49-yard line. Again, in the shotgun, he's got 2 backs. A double reverse. It looks like a reverse pass. Number 2, he's going to throw it deep, and he completes it, and a nice block, and he's going to go score a Tiger touchdown. An incredible block out in the secondary.
Yeah, I almost thought it was a block in the back, but that's my angle here. But that's a touchdown for Smithsville on a little trickery that, we saw Navasota run a reverse, and they ran the reverse on the run, but they did not they did not take and do that in this play. You saw number 2, I think it was Adams that made the throw. He's just a sophomore and gets it out there.
Made a heck of a throw.
Yeah.
It was on a great throw, great catch. So they're going to set up to kick. Hold is down. The kick was hit, but it does limp its way through.
Yeah, it just got through, and Smithville will be thankful for that. And guess what? We don't have any flags, though, after it, or at least I don't think we do. I mean, I'm looking at the officials. Okay, yeah, we're good. It's like I'm looking real close to make sure we're not going to go through about 10 minutes of extra points or try conversions here. So,
well, another big play against the Panther defense. Although, it wasn't It wasn't covered bad. I think what happened was man, I couldn't see who made the block, but
Right.
somebody made a heck of a block to spring
Yeah.
that for a touchdown. Otherwise, he probably would have pulled him down for I don't know, about a 30-yard gain or so.
Yeah, Landon Taylor, I believe there was a person who got blocked, was the defender on the play. But I thought maybe he got him more out of the back than in the front. But they call those shoulder blocks, if you
Right.
get them from the side.
Right.
So now the Panthers are trailing here with 4:19 remaining in the first quarter still. Wow.
Yeah.
I was thinking we're already into the second quarter, but it is the first quarter with 4:19 remaining. Score 14 Smithville, 7 Navarro Panthers.
So the Tigers kick it, another high kick. He calls a fair catch. That's Walker Dietz with a great catch, actually. Over the shoulder catch. And the Panthers will take over at their own 25.
Yeah, so now they get it at the 25. Now the Panthers haven't stopped. They haven't really done a bad job on offense. They've stopped themselves, is what I was going to get to, and they need to control the ball still. But they're making it in big chunks. There's
Yes.
and they're doing a good job offensively. You take those turnovers away, that score would be flipped right now.
So the Panthers are going to start the drive. Large run. He runs straight up the middle, but he's pulled down after about a 15-yard gain. Caden Guerrera.
Yeah, Guerrera was able to get, where he needed to be. And again, the offensive line, all they have to do is create that crease and get to the linebacker, get enough of the linebackers, which they did on that play, and to be able to get out in the open. And he knows what to do with it. Right now, I have in the first quarter, our next opponent is going to be Lavernia. Lavernia is trailing LaGrange 15-7 with 5 minutes and 48 seconds remaining.
So Nall fakes it again. Goes off to the right side. Same play he scores on. He gets about 3 yards. So it's going to be to the Panther 43-yard line. So
Yeah.
a gain of 3, and it's going to be 2nd and 7.
You hear him you hear the crowd, because he took a big hit on that one.
He did.
And there's no doubt, but he was able to pop right back up, and he knew it was coming, and he was able to protect the ball. And that's what you want to see from your quarterback, because if he doesn't go low on that, and that helmet of that player goes right into that ball could easily pop out. So I believe that great job by Nall.
So Nall, it looks like almost it's offsides on the defense. We hand it up. First down.
That's a good
fullback.
run.
Guerrera again, straight up the middle, off the right tackle.
He gets about 11 yards on that play, and I think if it's going against defense, then they're going to decline it, the Panthers, that is, and so they'll take it where it's spotted, because you'll take 11 yards any day of the week.
Yeah, it looked like the Tigers' left defensive end jumped. It was early, a little bit early on the snap count. A little tricked or fooled on the snap count there.
Yeah, and because the slot T has that tailback so close to the line of scrimmage, but they're still in the backfield, when that movement happens, and on the opposite side, a lot of times you'll see the defense jump.
So 1st and 10 from the Smithville side of the field. Again, Guerrera again. Oh, and he is stripped to the ball. The ball's loose. There's a big pileup, and I think the Tigers got it again. I'm sorry, that was Mabane. Mabane up the middle, stripped to the ball.
Yeah.
And, man, he had picked up almost another first down.
Murray Deshay was able to get that ball and recover it for the Smithville Tigers. Oh, man. Wow, turnovers, man. And again, the Panthers are moving the ball, doing everything. The line is doing a great job in the trenches. Just got to hold on to the ball. Man, we've got a blood red moon. We're going to have to we'll get our cameraman a shot of that tonight. But not during the action, but we'll get that, because, it's just gorgeous.
So the Tigers are going to start the drive at their own 36-yard line, 1st and 10. Shotgun, Roberson. He looks right. He throws right.
That's a lateral.
Oh, he throws it over.
And that ball should go out. It went backwards. I mean, I don't know. The officials look like they're going to call it incomplete, but I would have said it should be back at the 30, but they didn't see it the way I saw it. But I'm up here and they're down there, I guess.
So that pass was intended for Hancock, their number one target, their favorite player to target, Tyson Hancock, who's shifty, speedy, and does a real nice job. So it looks like
timeout Smithville. Smithville, it's 2:30 in the first quarter, and there you have a second down and long coming up. But they're with 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. They're looking at getting set up. And here's, when they come out of these kind of timeouts, watch out for the trickery plays and such.
They do. They do a lot. They've done a lot of trickery this year, and boy, they've gotten us on one of them at least, right?
Right.
I think the first touchdown was just a simple slant route, but it was in between. It almost looked like it was in between the corner, the linebacker,
right,
and the free safety there. Just real nice execution by them. And then the second touchdown for Smithville was a reverse pass.
Right.
So
basically a wide receiver pass after that, looked like, oh, it's a reverse. Oh, everybody's yelling reverse, and then it pulls in one of the corners, and the offensive receiver gets behind everybody.
So they've got the ball at their own 37-yard line. The Tigers shotgun. Roberson, he's running left, and he's bottled up for a very short gain.
And that ball comes almost loose. He regains possession of it. You see him bobble it just for a split second, and man. You're going, oh, I mean, this game has been a game of turnovers today. It's been very unusual. Have a quick score. Marion Bulldogs are playing Gonzales. They're beating them at halftime 7-6. Seguin Matadors are playing all the way down at the border of Laredo. They're playing at the Laredo United 21-7, and at halftime, Seguin is winning.
So 3rd and 7, a wobbly pass over the middle. A flag comes late, but it's caught.
It looked like the ball was tipped. It had a weird trajectory as it came out, and that's why I'm wondering if they're calling any kind of pass interference or anything like that. I would have said the ball was tipped.
Right.
I mean, when you said you saw it, that the ball came out really weird, I thought it was tipped, but I could be wrong. No. I've been wrong before, believe me. Plenty of times, but
illegal touching.
Yeah, illegal touching that goes
on the Tigers.
Yeah, and you don't see that much because it looks to go, and illegal substitute. That's a loss of down, is what he's saying when he puts it behind his head. So it's a loss of down, illegal touching.
So it's a 5-yard penalty.
Right.
It's going to back him up.
And it should go to 4th down.
It is 4th down.
Yeah.
So it's back to the 34-yard line of the Tigers, and it looks like they're bringing in the punt team.
Right.
So we've got 1:44 left in the first quarter. Boy, it sure seems like it's been a long first quarter.
Yeah. Robertson is back to punt this. And I always say you got to watch them. But they'd like to go a mass protection here by Smithville. They bring everybody inside and make sure nobody comes in easy.
So he kicks it. Nice kick. He runs up. He fields it. Looks like that's Bryce Nall who's hit.
Yeah,
pulled down.
Yeah, there was nobody else down the field to help block, but and that was actually. Was that Landon Taylor?
No, that was Bryce. That was
okay.
Bryce Nall.
Okay.
They were both about the same
height.
height.
Yeah, their heights. So I was like,
yeah.
what? The 13 and 14.
So it looks like the Panthers are going to take over at their own 38-yard line.
Good.
I'm sorry, at their own 41-yard line. I apologize.
Well, hand it to defense. Defense played well in that last series. I thought for sure we were going to see Smithville try to pull something out, a little, another flea flicker of some sort, but they didn't, which was surprising to me. Now we've got a timeout called by Smithville before the Panthers were able to, were running their play, so they called it just before.
So that's their second timeout. They've used 2 timeouts, and we're still at 1:34 in the first quarter. So let's see if that comes back to bite them.
Right. You never know.
I mean, it's been a while the first quarter, I tell you.
It goes back and forth, back and forth.
I'm sure Scott Kibbe will give us how many flags we had on that.
Yeah, the penalties.
On the penalty down at the.
On that extra point alone.
Extra point, yeah.
Yeah, and then Austin Achieve, one of our district foes, is playing Austin St. Andrews. I don't have a score on that one there in the first quarter. Austin Navarro Vikings, they are playing Maynard New Tech Titans right now, and I don't see a score on that one, so I haven't got up to date on that one. But they are playing those tonight. Wembley and Brock Eagles 7-7 in the second quarter, and then La Vista 14-3 over Giddings Buffalo, which we'll get to see both those teams, La Vista and Giddings.
So the Panthers start at their own 41. There is movement. Flags fly. I think it's offsides.
Yeah, no whistles, so that's what we've got. It's going to be, now this time we'll bring up a 1st and 5, and it's going to be spotted all the way up to probably the 46-yard line if I'm looking at the markers correctly. So
the handoff was to Cohen Blunt. He gained a couple yards, but we'll take the 5 instead.
Yeah, so it brings up 1st and 5 for the Panthers. Smithville is just having problems dealing with that tailback in motion, and it's kind of an unusual motion because the tailback is not, most of the time you're used to tailbacks going in like a jet sweep motion, a solid, smooth motion. You see him go all the way behind everybody.
So 1st and 5 from the 46, handoff to the left side, Mabane. He has nowhere to go, and it looks like Smithville is again trying to strip the ball.
Yeah, Mabane didn't have anywhere, and I didn't like the quick set on that one because it didn't look like our linemen got off the ball that well. Not everybody seemed to be on the same page on that play. I think if we see a play that we can see motion again, get Smithville watching that motion and then come back with Mabane, I think we'll see some bigger plays on that. And we've seen Mabane be able to take the ball right up the gut too and make something happen.
So loss of 2, 2nd and 8, straight up the middle. Looks like Cohen Blunt again, and he is going nowhere.
Yeah, that was just straight up the gut, and Smithville's interior line just did a great job on that one.
It almost looks like Smithville has made some adjustments to the dive play.
Yeah,
and for the Panthers, which is our bread and butter. As time's ticking down, we've got 15 seconds left and ticking. I don't know if the Panthers are going to take another play here. 18-17.
I don't think they are.
Looks like they're gonna talk about it on a 3rd and 6, almost 3rd and 7.
Yeah, basically just go one side of the 50 to the other, be right close to the 45. So that's the end of the first quarter with Smithville leading 14-7. And some other scores that I think people are watching is Gerald Cougars, our district foe, over Caldwell Hornets 20-0. Smithville and us, we know the score, 14-7. It was going right there. I saw Smithville, but Lavernia is losing to LaGrange 21-7 still is what I have on my scoreboard.
It looks like Bernie Champion is up big on the Canyon Lake Hawks, 37-6, which is a little surprising.
Yeah, that is surprising.
But let's talk about that Wimberley team is going up. I think they're playing in Waco tonight against Brock.
And Brock's a good, powerful team. They're not a pushover. That's by no means are they. And they're a team that Wimberley wants to play. They want to play these hard teams, and Brock is definitely that.
All right, so we're back. It's 3rd and 6. They're going to split out to the receiver to the far side. Null's under center. He's got a motion man. He goes back. He's going to run it. Same play he scored on, and he's pulled forward,
wow.
And it looks like they're going to mark him for the first down.
Yeah, he's right at it. As he gets that left foot down, he extends and pushes with a defender helping him along the way, and Null, before that knee hits, gets out there and gets the first down. Boy, barely, too. He had to get to the 49-yard line. Not the 51, but the 49, right?
I think the Tiger player slung him forward.
Yeah.
And that probably helped us a little bit on that one.
Yeah, and you could see Bryce Null. He knew where he had to get as he used that momentum as he extended out his legs to pull him up.
So 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. Bryce hands it off up the middle. He's got some room. It looks like a first down for the Panthers. That's Cohen Blunt. The Panthers split 2 receivers off to the far sideline.
Yeah.
And a lot of room to the left side here. Nice vision by Blunt on that.
Yeah, he bounces off of one. It looks like at first it's not going to go anywhere, and he bounces off, takes that little side step and gets around everybody. And, you know, some people, you'll see the halfbacks in this, like McBain, and they use that jump cut quite a bit as well, and we'll see that from McBain.
So first down from the 34. The Tiger throw. And McBain is fumbling. I think he lost it. It was the handoff was a little tricky, and yes.
2 fumble recoveries tonight by Matthew Maldonado. Can you believe that? He's got 2 fumble recoveries for 1 defensive player. McBain, it looked like a good handoff to me, and McBain just mishandled it, could not corral the ball, and Panthers again were on the move, but turnovers will kill you.
That is our 3rd turnover, and we've played a little over a quarter.
Yes, and that is not good.
So defense is Smithville's gonna set up on their own 36-yard line. Roberson in the shotgun again. He's back. He's looking to throw, but he's sacked. That's our linebacker, Arias. He comes in there, number 42, and it almost looks like a coverage sack. He couldn't find somewhere to throw.
Yeah, Jacob Arias comes in, and it looked good. That was a good pass rush, because it wasn't about the fact that they got the penetration when they needed, but if you watched them, they had every lane, so he had nowhere to go from the outside, inside. It was a great job by the pass rush not to get out of their lane. You know, just like you would on a kickoff, everybody knows to stay in their lanes until you converge on the ball, and that was exactly what the defensive lineman did for the Panthers there.
So some shifting. He hands it off. Roberson up the middle, and the Panthers are all over it. That was about a 2nd and 15.
Yeah, Krishawn Haywood, 5'11", 170, goes 170. He's a senior, runs that ball, and he has a little bit of weight behind him. But, man, it's surprised that we haven't seen Robertson take off on more runs than we have. But watch for that little slant play here, because 3rd down and long, if you can get a slant going across the middle and the linebackers are pulled in on a blitz, it could be wide open.
So 3rd and 12 from the 34. Roberson in the shotgun. He's back. A lot of rush and screen, and he's got a bunch of room. He's going to have the first down and more, but nice open field tackle there by Rangel, the linebacker.
Yeah, Rangel knew exactly what he had to stop him where nobody else was going to, as Krishawn Haywood found it and wide open. And, yeah, we saw the rush, but that time it was intentional rush there by the and letting the lineman go by Smithville. So now Smithville has a 1st and 10, and they spotted at the 48-yard line of the Panthers.
So 1st and 10 from the 48. Roberson in the shotgun. 3 receivers split to the right. He's sacked.
And say hello to Mr. Gilbert, because Jacob Gilbert comes in and makes a big hit. And I didn't realize how tall Jacob really was until I stood beside him earlier today. I'm like, that young man is pretty darn tall. I think he goes about 6'5".
And I think he's been that height since he was in 7th grade.
Could have been. I remember him playing Pee Wee football, because I coached also his older brother, John Gilbert. I like to call him Bubba Gilbert, who played here.
Yeah.
You know,
Center,
yes. And so we got to coach him, and his little brother was running. He was a running back, running all over the field when he was little. And that was when he was little. He's no longer that. He's a big boy.
So 2nd and about 15, 16. He hands it off to the left side. The running back, he has come up and he has hit hard.
Oh, nice hit. That's the kind of hit you'd like to see by the Panthers. And I think that was a Blackburn. It looked like number 7. So, yeah, you say you don't know who it was. I'm sure you were watching. It sounded something like this when they had the hit. That was a hit, and that's what you like to see. If you're a big football fan, you like to see it. But I know moms cringe every time they see a hit, no matter if they're on the offensive side or defensive side. You know, moms are out there cringing.
So sets up 3rd and 12 from the 50-yard line, and there's
Well, there you go.
Stoppage of the play. There's a
Yeah.
flag.
If it's going to
and
be
it's
false
false
start.
start.
Sorry, I stepped on you there.
No, you're good. No, we see the same thing. We're all
Yeah.
good. We're all good.
Well, and if you know, the one thing that scares me about this, because when they're desperate, these are the kind of times where Smithville will come up with something, and
Right.
I'm like, well, watch out for a screen, watch out for something that's unusual. Now the Panthers called timeout as they're trying to get players off the field, and so that is, I believe, their second timeout of the half already, and they're going to only have one, I believe.
Few scores of interest from around the area.
So
In the
now,
second quarter,
Lance,
the
you got
Browns leading Livonia
you got
21-7.
third down and very long coming up. Looks to be almost third down and
76.
19 or
In
so.
the second quarter,
So
Laredo
we're looking
United
at
21-7.
a big
Also in
play
the
coming
second
up here,
quarter,
but
the Broncos is
you
leading
didn't quite get to
27-6.
finish. I don't think the since we're at a timeout, you had some announcements on the cross country we're finishing up.
Yeah, I was finishing up cross country. So cross country finished Lady Panthers third overall. The men's finished 15th overall. But on Tuesday we had volleyball versus Divine, and our Lady Panthers defeated them in 4 games. Three games to 1.
And let me let everybody know, Divine's usually very good in those two sports of volleyball and basketball, and to defeat Divine, that's a big deal.
So on Wednesday, tennis went to Pleasanton. And tennis is on a roll, folks.
Great.
They defeated Pleasanton 10-3. A much improved, talking to Coach Blunt this week, much improved tennis.
Which
team
Coach
from,
Blunt?
Michelle Blunt.
Okay.
The tennis coach,
The
head
tennis
tennis coach. Sorry, we're going to cut this short. We'll get back to the tennis, but we are 3rd and 16 from the 50. Roberson rolls right. He throws it, and it's
Wow.
almost, yes, it looks like it just enough to pick up the first down. Number two has been all over the place. Ramones Adams for the Tigers.
Yeah, and that's where you're looking at, did he trap the ball or not? It was hard to tell, but I don't think he did. I think he did get underneath it. So, but coming back to the ball, you got to credit the receiver coming back to the ball and making sure that they make the catch.
And it almost was like our defense played off him a little bit on that one, and
Right.
they caught it right in front of them. So,
Well, don't let him get behind you either, though.
right. So, Robertson, he's back. He's in trouble. He fumbles it. It looks like Bo Brumley's got a shot to pick it up. He does, and he's running. He's hit and knocked out about the 21-yard
Oh,
line
my
for the
goodness.
Tigers. What a play by the Panthers.
Yeah, that was a wild play, where it's like, oh, my goodness. Oh, Bo Brumley, and I didn't know what Robertson was thinking, because as he's going down, he almost looked like he flicked the ball out, that he was going to try to pass it or something, but we couldn't tell from this angle. Now, he was falling, so he could have just easily tripped. The ball comes out. Bo Brumley is right there, but you got to give credit to, I know one player that was out there we had just talked about, Jacob Gilbert, was right there along with another player that I didn't quite catch, so, of the Panthers, but nice pass rush.
Coming into the game, if the Panther fans remember last year, Robertson was coughed up the football late in the game last year, in the playoff game, and it almost looked like a similar play where he was holding the ball with one hand, he reversed field, and then he tripped up on his feet a little bit, and then he almost was trying to break his fall and just dropped the ball.
Right, and so now you got, it's 2 turnovers to 3. 2 turnovers for Smithville, and I believe 3 for the Panthers, if I'm right. You correct me if I'm wrong.
That's right.
And now the Panthers get an opportunity. They move the ball down on a penalty, and so it's down. It's going to be just outside the 10, so they could still get a first down inside the 1.
So 6:42 left in the second quarter. Handoff straight up the middle. That's Guerrero. Right off the right guard. Off Barry.
Yeah, and as long as the Panthers hold on the ball, I believe they're going to score. There's no doubt in my mind. But that's the key. They need to hold on to the ball. And the offensive line is doing exactly what they need to do. And that up front, I'm just really have to give kudos to all of them, including the tight end as well.
So they hand it up, straight up the middle again. There's not a lot of room there.
Yeah, it's real close to a first down. Like you said, it's going to bring up, a 3rd down and 1. They're right there at the marker.
You were right earlier. It is Ian Palmer carrying the football, which is a big, big man, folks.
Yeah, he's not a small guy. Usually he plays lineman, and it's like, yeah. But you got to give kudos to Matthew Richardson, Mac Berry, Santone, Matt Holmes, and Owen Gonzalez all up front making things happen.
So big play here, 3rd and 1 from the 2-yard line of the Tigers. Be nice to punch it in here, Hank.
Yeah, nothing fancy, just go right at it. And there's
And
Bryce
sure
Nall.
enough, Bryce Nall,
Yep.
he's in. Panther touchdown.
Touchdown, Panthers. 14
Yeah, the Panthers score on that one. And just Bryce Nall on a follow. We'd like to call those follows when you have the linemen and everybody make it look as if it's going to that fullback. Then Bryce Nall pulls it almost like an option play that you see. Especially the old veer. I'm used to the old veer, and you pull that, you make it look, you ride them, and then you pull it, and then you follow them.
So the kick is up, and the kick is good. So we are tied. 5:25 left in the second quarter.
Sorry, hopefully that we can still talk over the sound effects, but hey, thankfully we have sound effects. We can hear them now. There was a little glitch in the software system, and so our guys from Monticello was able to finally get that all fixed up for us. So we appreciate that quite a bit. And remember, we have an audiovisual club. We haven't talked about that. We need to have a QR code if we can get that up, and we'd like to see that because the audiovisual club, we have students here that are helping us out, and they're going to take this whole thing over soon. And there it is. You can give donations to the Navarro Audiovisual Club. Go to that with your phone, and use your camera. It'll take you to a site in which you can use PayPal to make the donation, $2, $3. I mean, nothing, we're not looking for hundreds of dollars or anything. We're just looking for a little help so that this audiovisual club can get off the ground and run more than just football events. We want, as many events that can be aired that could help out the school and get the brand out there.
Yes. We're hoping to do a couple of volleyball games here in the future. And so, yeah, any donations help. So if you can gladly donate, please do. So the Panthers are going to set up shop or kick off from their own 40. Again, we don't know who's going to kick until they actually kick. So Sneed, it is Blackburn, and he's going to kick it in the gap. It's going to bounce. He's going to field it, though. Looks like 5. Hancock, and he's tripped up quickly. Who is that?
Nice job. Is it
Gabriel Rangel, number 11, with a nice tackle.
And he's made some really nice tackles tonight. And it looks like Smithville's all huddled around. I guess they're getting a play all together. Hey, we're right here. Let's go ahead and get the information now. I have to say Panthers defense has played much better tonight than we've seen in the past games. But I really have to, again, I know I'm harping on this, but that offensive line tonight has really created holes, made blocks. There was that one situation where one of the backs looked like they were going to be taken down in the backfield, and one of the linemen knocked off the defender, off the running back, and that's what you love to see from the Panther O-line.
Yes, absolutely. The Tigers take over from their own 30. Roberson back, shotgun. He looks to his right side. He throws it behind, number 13.
Yeah, I really watched where Robertson was at when he throws it behind. Sorry, you were going to say the name.
No, I was going to say Jefferson, the receiver, senior.
Yeah, and when he threw it to Jefferson, I was looking where the quarterback was and it just goes forward like a yard and a half or two. So I'm like, is that a lateral as well? But it was just enough to make it a forward pass.
So 2nd and 10 from their own 30. Roberson, he hands it. No, he fakes it. I'm sorry, number 5. They run the Wildcat on that.
Right, Tyson Hancock.
Tyson Hancock, goes straight up the middle. We haven't seen that formation or play all night, but he picks up about 8 yards.
Yeah, Tyson Hancock, and we saw the acceleration. As soon as he came to that line, he started accelerating, and thank goodness the linebackers of the Panthers were there, Arias and Tolliver and company.
So 4:45 in the second quarter. It's 3rd and about 3. The Panthers are there, but no, he makes a shifty move. He's outside. He gets to the outside, but he's tackled after a first down and much more.
Yeah, and Rangel was in on that tackle, at least tripping up, and then it was cleaned up by another Panther coming down. The one thing I saw on that, though, the Panthers on the right side, the defensive end over pursues, and when you over pursue, you leave that lane inside open, so you only get back just a little farther, and when you're dealing with a Wildcat, you have to go at least 2 yards deep, and then you've got to collapse inside. You cannot take yourself out of the play, and that's what happened there.
So 1st and 10 for the Tigers. They hand off, coming right. They're running back. Oh, I have a big hit there by Bryce Nall.
Yeah. Bryce Nall comes in, and the ball comes loose as Haywood was coming down with the down from the tackle, but he recovers it. So, man, nice hit. That was another one of those.
The secondary's been coming up and laying some
Yeah,
hits tonight
yeah.
for the Panthers.
Laying wood is the old term, yeah, and that never goes away, right? So, yeah, you get out there and
you start feeling those in the fourth quarter.
yeah, that's like my old saying, man. If you're in football and you hit somebody, it does make you feel good.
So 2nd and about 7 from the Panther 40-yard line. He's back. He throws it. He's got a player. Oh, and it's
Wow, I don't know where he got those hands, but Blackburn had it right through, right where you wanted. He had it every position that you could ever imagine the ball being in, and the hands were there. It just didn't transpire for the young man. But hey, you know what's? Even though that's a dropped interception, that's an incompletion. Great coverage. Good job by Blackburn being where and not being fooled by any kind of action in the backfield. Didn't peek in the backfield. He played the player. That's what I always talk about with your defenders. You need to play the player first. Don't look in the backfield.
So 3rd and 6 from the 40. You know,
We got a timeout?
hey,
Yeah.
is Roberson is not in the game.
Right. I'm wondering if he's not doing well. I see somebody out on the bench.
Tyson Hancock has been running quarterback. He was
Yeah.
running a zone read there with his running back, Krishawn Haywood.
Yeah, and I see somebody on the Smithsville side bench, and that is sitting down. And there's a couple of people that tend to him, but I don't see Robertson on the sideline anywhere other than that might be the player. That is, I'm just not sure. No, I don't think it is, but that's not the player sitting down. I just can't tell where he's at.
So the Tigers call their final timeout of the half.
I want to say it was the Panthers on that one where the direction of the referee, unless they changed it, but it might have been the Panthers taking their last time out. Sorry. 3rd down, and the crowd is getting loud.
So 3rd down again from the Panther 40. It's Hancock in the backfield. He takes the snap. He's gonna throw. He's backing up. Now he's gonna run. He's trapped. Oh, he gets around. He has missed tackle. Touchdown for the Tigers.
There's about 3 or 4 Panthers that had every opportunity to bring him down and did not break down. But even McBain was on the sideline. One of the faster Panthers on the field was not able to bring him down. And now, Smithsville takes the lead with 2 minutes and 52 minutes remaining here in the second quarter of the first half. 20-14 pending this extra point.
They had him bottled up. I mean, he had 3 Panthers around him.
And I couldn't even tell if that was a screen or not because the Panthers came through rather quickly.
So they're lining up to kick. The snap is down. The kick is up.
Is it off to the left?
You know,
Oh, he got it through. Well, that's good, and that takes it 21-14, I believe. So, even though the scoreboard on the scoreboard here shows 21-15, they put the point on the wrong side initially. They have to take it off, so it is still 21-14. Panthers, let that one go away. That was what we talked about. One of the things that Coach Blunt wanted to see was better tackling, and that did not transpire on that play. As you see the running back Tyson Hancock. He's not a real big guy. He's 5'10", 175, but enough speed, and that's what we talked about earlier. He had that acceleration. Acceleration that I was afraid of. And once he got down the sideline, he started to accelerate, made another Panther who was trying to grab the jersey on a jersey pull to swing him out, and basically takes off and goes down the field. So,
I would like to see a replay of that one. That was
kind of like a replay I don't want to see, because I still see it in my mind where Panthers had every opportunity to make a stop and couldn't do it.
All right, 2:52 left in the second. High kick by the Tigers. No one back through the back of the end zone. The Panthers will have it at their own 25.
Yeah, well, Panthers have an opportunity. 2 minutes and 52 seconds is still a lot of time where the Panthers could take the ball and get it down the field. And they've been doing it in big chunks. Again, the key is going to be hold on to the ball and don't make any mistakes. The linemen have been doing their job tonight, and let's follow those linemen, and let's make things happen. Now, you may see I don't want to see it, but you may see a play action on first down because nobody else would expect it.
So the Panthers split a receiver to the near side. They hand off straight up the middle. Nice gain. I think that was Cohen Blunt. It is Cohen Blunt. It looks like he gets about 5-6 yards.
Yeah, I think the Panthers really should think about going into some type of hurry up. They're still taking their time. It shows on the scoreboard that there may be one timeout remaining for the Panthers, but I don't know. I don't know if I trust that.
I've only got the Panthers taking one timeout. Bryce is back. He throws it. He throws it deep.
Oh,
and it's dropped. It was dropped.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm over here going,
Landon Taylor had it right in his mitts.
Yeah.
And perfect pass. Dropped it in the bucket.
Oh, yeah, dropped it in the bucket on a dime. That was the one you wanted. Both players on the field, well, actually just one on the field wants that one back, because the other one did his job and was like, I got it right there where I need it. And now the Panthers have to do it all over again.
So third down and 6. Hands it up the middle. Can't quite tell who that is, but he's fighting.
Oh, the ball comes out.
The ball comes out, but I think the Panthers jump on it.
Now, if I remember the rule correctly, I didn't know on a third down play if you could advance the fumble, but they're allowing it to stand where it's at. It would have been a first down either way.
So he fumbles it forward. The clock's rolling. We got 2 minutes left in the first half.
First down, Panther.
Panthers from their own 40. No, under center. He's back. He hands it. Oh, he's tripped up. He had some room too, but he's tripped up for a short gain of about 2 yards.
Yeah, 52 Caden Stockdale comes just as from the nose guard position, and he comes sliding in there, and he trips him up just enough because Caden had some room.
He did.
Colin. I said Caden. I'm sorry.
No, under center. He's back. He's going to throw it again. Looks like he's got a receiver short, but it was tipped. I couldn't see the intended receiver there, but the ball was tipped. I think the intended receiver is Colton Schulke, but a nice play by the Tigers to tip that ball. It looked like Schulke was open.
Well, I have to say, though, Bryce Nall had quite a bit of time as he rolled out. The line I thought the line did a great job of keeping out, that rush, because we saw in the past 2 weeks, Bryce Nall didn't have much time to get the ball off, and that time rolling out to his right, he got plenty of time.
So Bryce under center, 3rd and 8. He fakes it. He's going left. He's got a bunch of room. He should pick up the first down easily. He spins. He's picked up and taken down by number 6, Jackson Hancock, the brother of Tyson. but not before a Panther first down.
Yeah, and now Panthers are in a hurry up.
So minute 10 left. He hands it up the middle. Cohen Blunt, again, looks like he's bottled up for about a yard, maybe two-yard gain. They're down to the Tiger, looks like 43-yard line.
Yeah, there's been a timeout called, and I'm only assuming that the Panthers call.
Panthers, that is their final of the
Yeah,
half.
that's their final timeout of the half. So first, it's going to be second down at about 9 coming up here for the Panthers. Minute 3 remaining. They're down 21-14. And so what is Coach Blunt going to draw up, Lance? What do you think?
Well,
It's really hard to. I cannot predict Coach Blunt hardly anymore. Not with this team. I would like to see something with Mabane. To be honest with you, I would like to see the ability of Mabane getting down the field and getting him open. And it doesn't have to be a big long pass. It could be something where we can get him in space.
Get in space. I'd like to see if they are going to throw the ball, sort of a sideline route.
Yeah.
To whether if we don't can't take it down the sideline, we can get out of bounds.
Well, there's a number 7 coming in, and I think he plays what they call, the wide receiver. And maybe give him an opportunity to go down there and catch one and put it in the end zone.
We'll see. 2 receivers split to the near side. They hand off up the middle. It's Cropper. He's loose. He's still running, and he's pulled down about the 22-yard line. Man, I couldn't tell if he had the ball, but it's the second time tonight the Panthers have had two receivers. So they're running to the line, 53 seconds and counting. First down for the Panthers. Handoff, this time to Mabane, goes to the left side. He's down around the 15.
No, he's not down.
Oh, he's not down. He's still running and pulled out of bounds inside the 5-yard line.
Wow. That was an amazing play in of itself because Mabane, you could tell he was on top of 3 defenders and one of the Panther players and rolled over and was able to go forward. But there is a timeout on the field for it. Our first actually injury timeout, I believe, tonight. So go back to tennis. We'd like to talk about tennis, right? You were just finishing up with Coach Michelle Blunt, the tennis coach here at Navarro.
Yeah, so tennis is on a hot streak. They're on a roll. They're 2-0 now in district after defeating Pleasanton at Pleasanton by the score of 10-3. And that brings their overall record to 7-1. And so everyone come out next week. We are going to play a tennis match at home against Floresville next Wednesday evening. So put that on your schedules. Last night, we did talk about the JV football and the freshmen in the 7th and 8th grade. Oh, I know what I want to talk about is FCA. Man, last week we had a record 68 kids come out. Believe it or not, man, we had 109 strong today.
Wow.
We keep breaking records every week, so hey, come on out. It was Coach Morelli. I'm not sure what Coach Morelli had up his sleeve, but it must have been something to get 109 athletes and students out to the Fellowship of Christian Athletes this morning.
Oh, that's a great deal. Now the Panthers.
Panthers from the inside the 5, hands off, straight up the middle. Not much doing there. They rush. The clock is ticking. Down 32.
No
31.
timeouts.
No timeouts for the Panthers. So inside the 5, Bryce hands it off, going to the left side. Landon Taylor. And again, he is bottled up at about the 2-yard line.
Wow.
Clock's ticking again at the 18.
Second and goal.
15 seconds.
Oh, 3rd and goal. I'm sorry.
He spikes it.
Oh, it's 4th and goal.
Spikes it down with 9 seconds to go.
Yeah.
And
Stop the clock.
So brings up 4th down and goal right close to the 2-yard line. And Panthers have to go 2 yards or they're done, because it's 4th down and you either make the touchdown or you turn the ball over on downs or the clock expires.
So big play for the Panthers. 2 Panthers split out to the far side. Bryce under center. And he's tripped up. He was going to keep it, and he is tripped up and tackled.
So the clock didn't even run, and Bryce Nall goes backwards. Nice job by the It looked like Smithsville's front line came in and just made a huge play. I wanted to say 55 was in on that again, and that was Melvin Evans, the defensive tackle, coming through and making a big play. So now Panthers defense, and the clock didn't even run. The clock should have at least taken a couple of seconds before that turnover. It should have been down to 7 seconds, but
Should at least,
yeah. We thought we'd have home field. Oh, they did take it down to 6 seconds, so it is 6 seconds showing on the clock. I know we don't have the clock here, but we're showing 6 seconds. So
Okay, so 6 seconds left in the half. It looks like Smithville, the Tigers are on their own 6-yard line. And again, it's Tyson Hancock. He's running to the right side. He's got some room. They turn him back inside. Uh-oh. He's finally pulled down by Gabriel Rangel. And Hancock is getting up slow.
And that is the end of the first half, where Smithville leads the Panthers 21-14. And we're also going to now go into our halftime show, and we'll show you some sights and sounds of the Smithville band. We'll also talk to Scott Kibbe, and we'll go into that a little bit. But we'll also show you the diamond sponsors for the Panther Posse, as we're going to go to that right now and show you the sponsors now. All right, welcome back. We're here live at Irwin Lee Field in Geronimo, Texas, where the Smithville Tigers now lead the Navarro Panthers 21-14. And we're going to be going over a few things with you, and we're going to be showing you some of the bands and showing you some of the sights and sounds out here as well. And we're going to have Scott Kibbe come on a little bit later, and Lance as well. We'll talk about some of the drives and some of the different things that have taken place here tonight. and we'll get those stats and everything to you. But as of right now, we're going to kind of, once the bands get all going, we'll go over that. We'll go over that. We'll actually show you the bands and their routines that they play. Right now, we have Smithsville out there, Smithsville band. They're up, and we'll show a little bit of that, and then we'll come right back and go into the stats with Scott Kibbe and go over some scores. And then when Lance gets back here, he will also go over some of the drives that taken place as well. So just watch the bands as we see some of tonight's sights and sounds of Friday Night Lights.
Ladies and gentlemen, Smithville High School proudly presents the award-winning Smithville Tiger Band under the field direction of drum majors Stephanie Flores, Aiden Hernandez, and Trevor Percy. Section of the week is the percussion section. The freshman marchers of the week are Matthew Barrow, Lee Martinez Sasko, and Mason Sweet. Outstanding Tiger Band member of the week is Matthew Maldonado. Tonight, the Tiger Band will be performing movements 1 and 2 of their UIL's contest show, Off the Rails, featuring soloists Amy Fouché and Devaney Flores. And now, the Smithville Tiger Band.
Okay, welcome back, folks. We're here in Geronimo, Texas, at Irwin Lee Field. That was the Smithsville Tiger Band. And I'm going to go ahead and bring in Mr. Scott Kibbe. Scott Kibbe is a special correspondent with the Seguin Gazette. He's also the statistician and historian for the Navarro Panthers football team. He's been doing it for over 30 years now. So we have Scott Kibbe coming in. And Scott, can you tell us a little bit what transpired in the the first half?
Well, numbers look a lot better for Navarro than in the past couple of weeks. We'll go with Smithville's numbers first. 7 first downs, 16 rushes for 90 yards, 157 yards passing on 4 out of 8 attempts, no interceptions. They had 2 punts for an average of 38 yards, 2 fumbles, lost 1. Panthers got their first turnover of the year, and 7 penalties for 46 yards. Hancock doing it all, 4 carries, 98 yards, and a touchdown rushing, 2 catches, 122 yards, and 2 touchdowns receiving. For the Panthers, 14 first downs, 32 rushes for 236 yards, no passing yards on 0 out of 2 attempts. They did not punt. 5 fumbles, lost 4. That's our big number.
Oh, man.
And then no penalties, interesting as well. Leading the way, Mebane, 7 carries, 62 yards. Guerra, 5 for 50. Null, 6 for 45 in both the Panthers touchdowns.
Now you said no penalties. Now, is it because of that offsetting one? Because there was an unsportsmanlike conduct that was called against Smithville on that first try. Remember, there was about 4 or 5 different fouls. Penalties.
Yeah, offsetting, and we don't
Yeah.
count the ones on
Okay.
kicks. Those don't count.
Okay, because they took it all the way. It would have been all the way back to the 25, but since the Panthers committed a personal foul and that after that other kick, the extra point, they brought it back to the 40. So that's why I said
it would have counted. It would have
Yeah.
counted because it would been assessed on the kickoff.
Right.
So
I'm not. I was just wondering how that played out. But I know you're a statistician. You know what's supposed to apply and what's not. So I was like, okay, I just wanted to learn
not
a little
always
bit there. So with the Panthers, trailing 21-14, Lance, I got you on now. Your Lance is back, and I saw the Panthers look better, in the trenches for the offensive side, and defense. They didn't look terrible. It's just they let a couple of those big plays happen again. 2 big plays that would be right now. It would take it down to 14-7 if you take those away. But those are would have, could have, should have. But Lance, what did you see for the Panthers in the first half?
Well, yeah, the big plays, the double or the reverse pass, right, for a big play and a great block that sprung for a touchdown. But the thing is it's one of these where I know the coaches are in there and they're just they're wringing their hands and but don't panic because right now and what I say is the 4 fumbles, right? I mean the 4 fumbles is just and then getting stopped down on the 2-yard line there at the end. But the good news is hey, if you can eliminate some of these big plays, right, and then hold on to the ball. And one other thing that I will point out is we've been pounding on them pretty good. 236 yards on the ground.
Right.
Yeah, that's going to pay dividends in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think that wears a team down, but we see it in big chunks. And so your perception of the first half, Lance gave his, so I want to hear what you have to say, Scott.
I think it's frustrating because the Panthers have moved them around. They finally have some running lanes that they just haven't had this year. It's hard to survive. They fumbled on 4 consecutive series. They lost. It's hard, and you're still. But you guys saying at halftime, guys, we're still in the game. We've looked at times look good on defense. We have three sacks, I believe.
Right.
You just can't give up those big plays. That's killing us. Very bad tackling at times, still coming back.
Right.
But you get the ball first in the second half.
Yeah.
Keep it going, go down and drive. It's tied, and you're going to have a lot of momentum. And that's something the Panthers haven't had a lot this year, a chance to really play with momentum, and be nice to see what can happen when they do.
Right, and so I mentioned the Rams. I should have never done that because I talked about the Rams and the Bills last night, where the Bills were able to overcome 4 turnovers and was able to win that game. I think really the same could hold true for the Panthers tonight if they play a much better second half about holding on to the ball and that sort of thing. So I'm looking forward to just a better, solid second half. Hold on to the ball, play good defense, but tackle a little better. Don't let them get the big plays, and then I think the Panthers will be just fine. Like Lance said earlier, don't panic. You're in a good position. Let's take it from here.
Yeah. There are a couple things you can do with this right now. You can get frustrated and think about all those mistakes, but you can say, this game is right here for us. There are a lot of good things happening tonight that we haven't seen this year. Mebane looks good, 62 yards. it can be there in the second half, but you just got to be. You just have to keep after it and really build that confidence that can be there. So.
All right. Well, Scott, we're going to take it and show the Dazzlers here, but I want to thank you very much, Scott, for coming out and, being with us up here and get us the stats. If you can get us to us after the game, that'd be great. But I want to let everybody know they could see your articles on Wednesdays and on Sundays. Sundays you give us insights of the games, and on Wednesdays you give us previews of the games. So go to Seguin Gazette to do that, either through Facebook to see some of your stuff there. You also post on Facebook through Seguin Gazette, I understand, and so they could follow you there. So thank you very much, Scott, for joining us.
All right, thank you.
Sure. All right, Lance, we're gonna go ahead and watch some of the Navarro Panther Dazzlers here, and let them take the show right now. You're watching the Navarro Panther Band, the greatest band in the land. Man, I can't even get that right? No. Here they come.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to the field the grandest band in the land, the Purple Pride Panther Marching Band. Under the direction of Patrick Todd, J.C. Alexander, Tyler Carpenter, and Anthony Gutierrez. Drum majors for the season are Elena McCorder, Madison Taggart, and Alex Cantrell. This evening, the Panther Band will be performing a portion of their 2022 UIL marching show entitled Sands Through the Hourglass, A Journey Through Time.
bring you a couple announcements from the junior high and high school, so stay tuned.
Hello, Panthers. I'm Clay Scarborough, principal of Navarro High School, where our primary purpose is to graduate well-rounded citizens who are prepared for college, career, and leadership opportunities through our values of excellence in academics, extracurriculars, family, and community. This is the Principal's Report for September the 12th through the 18th. Progress reports were posted last week. Progress reports can be found in the parent portal, so students, parents, guardians, please check your students' progress there as we enter the fourth week of the sixth. We're into the fifth week of the 6 weeks. We're currently in the fourth week of that right now. Mark your calendars. Wednesday, September 28th is our open house and future fair. Last year we had about 10 colleges on site, technical colleges, military recruiters. We're going for a lot more than that this year. I'm hoping to double that number. I'm at 13 right now. So, open house, Wednesday, September 28th. We're going to start about 5 with me and the teachers. 5:30 we'll open the doors to the future fair. Come on out, meet teachers, see what your future could possibly hold for you. Just a great evening to get our everyone on campus, kind of meet teachers, and just kind of explore the future after high school. All right, let's talk about the week that was here at Navarro. On Friday night, volleyball swept their matches. Last week, it was all 3. They swept them. And then football lost to Cuero on the road. On Saturday, cross country took 3rd at Feast, while the boys took 14th overall. On Tuesday, volleyball defeated Devine in 4 games. It was a very well played game by our volleyball team. Had to really struggle to win games 3 and 4, but they did it. On Wednesday, tennis defeated Pleasanton. On Thursday, the freshman football lost to Lytle 19-8, and JV defeated Smithsville on Thursday night 41-0. By the way, tennis just really beat Pleasanton on the road on Wednesday. Over the weekend, we'll update these things on the Principal's Report next week. Friday night volleyball started district against Canyon Lake. Football took on Smithsville here at home. And on Saturday, cross country ran at Piper. We'll update all that for you next week here on the Principal's Report. Now looking at the week ahead here at Navarro. On Tuesday, volleyball will continue district play at Fredericksburg. On Wednesday, tennis will host Floresville here at 4:30 p.m. Thursday, JV football will be here versus Lavernia, and so will freshman football. Friday, volleyball will be hosting Davenport, and football will head to Lavernia next Friday. All right, so on to our news segment here in the Principal's Report. It's questions from Mr. Scarborough. These are questions submitted by students during the week. And the first one is, are you proud of the band? Of course I'm proud of the band. We're talking about back-to-back state trips for the band, and we're hoping for a 3-peat this year. That'd be a great shirt and cap, 3-piece. Let's get back to state, guys. Go Panther band. And the next question I'm going to answer this week is Superman or Batman? Well, honestly, I have to go Superman. Superman has his own powers. Batman just uses a bunch of toys for what he does. And I think, go Superman, because he can do his own things. He doesn't need toys to make it happen. So, go Superman. So, we'll hope to see you at all these events here at Navarro. Students continue to submit those questions for Mr. Scarborough. And let's go, Panthers. Make it a great week.
Miss Williams here, principal of Navarro Junior High, and I'm here with 2 of our Honor Society members, Kylie and Ryder, and they're going to tell you about what's happening on our campus this week.
On September the 14th, which is on a Wednesday, cross country is going to Hayes and are hopefully going to win.
On Thursday, September 15th, our 7th grade girls volleyball team is going to have a home game versus Bernie North at 5 p.m. Our 8th grade girls volleyball team is going to be at Bernie North at 5 p.m. Our 7th and 8th grade football is going to be at Lavernia at 4:30 p.m., and it is also school picture day.
Have a great day, Panthers!
The edition of the Sabine Gazette or on SabineGazette.com.
All right, we're back. So I'm going to go through the Navarro drives and the Smithville drives real quickly here in the first half. For the Panthers, our first drive started our own 25-yard line, ended up with Bryce Nall on a 29-yard run for a touchdown. And it's tied the score 7-7. Then we had a great onside kick recovery, but was followed up with a fumble stripped by the Smithville Tigers on Cropper. Then our next drive, we fumbled again. That was Mabane, fumbled the ball. And then our next drive, 3 straight drives, we fumbled again. Followed up by a Bryce Nall touchdown, which tied it up 14-14, where we got the ball on the Tigers' 11-yard line and punched it in. And then our final drive, we were stopped at the Smithville 2-yard line. Maybe went to the well too many times with Bryce Nall,
Yeah.
but he was stopped. So Smithville received the kickoff. They had the long slant, received by number 5 Hancock for the touchdown, which put them up 7-0. Then the Panthers forced a punt on the next drive, and then the next drive for the Tigers, they did that reverse pass, which was a great play, great block, put them up 14-7. And then we forced another punt for the Tigers by the Panthers. And then on their very next next drive, they fumbled. The quarterback scrambled around and fumbled, and we picked it up and ran it back to about the 20-yard line, got a penalty, and moved it down to the 11-yard line. And then in their final drive, they ripped off a 40-yard run by, we'll see, Hank, if their quarterback continues to be Tyson Hancock or if Derek Roberson's going to come back in the second half.
As far as runners go, I mean, Tyson Hancock has really been able to break tackles. He accelerates through the hole. He has great vision. He's able to make things happen. So I see them going back to Tyson. And if he does, I mean, the Panthers are going to have their hands full in the second half. Here comes the Panthers. Wow, I'm excited to see this second half because I feel there's a big part of me that feels that the Panthers have played better than Smithville overall. I just think they haven't done the little things, from having the big play emerge like it has. Get rid of that big play. Don't let that happen again in the second half. And I think the Panthers will be fine. And we talked about it at halftime. Hold on to the ball, and that you talk about that is so frustrating as a coach, because it's like you hold on to the ball. This game would be the score may even be more than just flipped. I mean, it could even be a blowout at that point because the Panthers have been able to move the ball quite well. Like you said, over 230 yards on the ground tonight for the Panthers.
So the Panthers are going to receive the second half kickoff. The Smithville Tigers are moving from our right to left. Our Panthers will be moving from our left to right, receiving the ball back in the north end zone. Tigers will be kicking off from their own 40, so...
Yeah, and that was the thing we didn't talk about at half. Panthers get the ball to start off the half, so they get an opportunity to go down the field and score here.
So they kick it. Great kick again through the back of the end zone.
Wow.
Man, their kicker.
And Mekhi Jefferson has really got a leg, and he can kick that thing. 5'11", and goes 165 pounds. He's a senior. We saw him playing as a receiver on the field as well. So not only a kicker, but he's a receiver out there on the field. All right. So now the Panthers are going to set up shop, as you would say, Lance, at the 25. I took that from you. I like that.
You did. So yeah, we'll see what the Panthers can do here. Big opportunity. And
yeah, well, our foe next week, Lavernia Bears, are trailing at halftime 30-20.
So handoff straight up the middle. Oh, it looks like Cropper's wrangled. He almost got out of a tackle, and then number 8 with the flag coming in late. Number 8 for the Tigers. Trevor McClanahan comes in, and senior makes a great tackle.
Yeah, and what was better about that is we saw one of the offensive linemen for the Panthers on that play, and that was Matthew Richardson takes the tackler and blocks him off of Cropper and allows Cropper to get loose. And that's what I was talking about. The linemen are playing to the whistle and was able to get Cropper loose, but not until the other defender comes in and takes him down. Again, that was Trevor McClanahan.
So a long conference, and we've got a personal foul penalty.
Personal foul called against the Panthers.
Dead ball foul against the Panthers. And
Yeah, we don't know the number. The coaches will know the number, so.
Yeah. That's interesting because I didn't see it happen. I wish we could get a number there. So
Yeah, it looked to happen away from the play is what all I could say is that.
So 1st and 25 for the Panthers. They are backed up to their. It looks like they've got them at the 14-yard line. So Bryce under center, he hands it up straight up the middle. It looks like.
Yeah, and you know.
Caden Guerra with their carry.
You know, I have the audience mic out here too, and that you can hear the crowd mic. And that time, as the linemen were still blocking, the officials have to blow the whistle. They didn't hear a whistle on that play at all, and so the linemen are blocking down the field, and they're still blocking after the runner's down. And Smithville wanted a penalty, but that's on the officials. The officials need to blow the whistle. I've said this before in the past, but when that happens, the linemen aren't looking for when the running back is down.
So handoff to the left side. Landon Taylor with a bunch of room. He's going to pick up the first down and more. He's all the way down inside the about the 30. I'm sorry, the 45-yard line for the Panthers.
Yeah, he gets. Now there's
another late flag.
Don't know who that's on, because as the Panthers are walking back, the official was behind one of the Panthers. I think it was Taylor, Landon Taylor. He was walking behind, but I don't know if that was something said from the other side, meaning Smithville, or something was said or done by the Panthers. So there's a conference going on the field between that official that threw the flag and the head official. Dead ball foul is being called right now by the right hand. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Let's see who goes against. It goes against the Panthers. So that's going to be 15 yards and still a first down. This happened way after the play.
I mean, we were almost back in the huddle when he threw that flag, which is interesting. Someone said something.
Yeah,
there.
And that's why I said when I was talking about it, as the official was behind a couple of the Panthers, something was said and he heard it, and that was enough. So it's actually going to take it, even though it's a dead ball. This is the rule that has changed. They moved the chains back with the penalty, and they start at 1st and 10. Well, that's actually good in one way because it's not a 1st and 25. But in another way, you're like, well, sometimes you'd like the yardage.
So the Panthers from their own 31, 2 receivers to the near side. Null under center. He hands off straight up the middle. And I think that's Cohen Blunt. It is, number 8. And he looks like he gets about, well, they're bringing it back.
Yeah, it's like.
It looked like 5, but now it looks to only give him 2 yards.
So, well, I'll take 2nd and 8, as opposed to 1st and 25 that we thought it was going to be. So
again, 2 receivers split to the near side. Bryce fakes. He spins. It almost looks like he was going to throw, but man, Smithville has sniffed that quarterback sneak out. Run.
Right. You mentioned it at halftime that I think the Panthers went to the well a little too often now, and that play's being sniffed out. So there's always a counter. You can always work off of that and then work in some other play. Now, Marion Bulldogs are trailing Gonzales 27-13 in the fourth quarter. Seguin Matadors are winning 34-21 in the fourth quarter. Austin Achieve is losing to Austin St. Andrews 51-0, and Maynard Newtek is winning over the Navarro Vikings.
So Null back to pass. He's got a receiver, Landon Taylor, with a nice catch, and it's going to be enough for a first down.
That is simply very nice. I'm going to give them, because that was beautiful pass and a little pitch and catch out there. This time, Landon Taylor is able to make some redemption there because of that one pass he dropped that was down the sideline. Nicely done by both parties. And again, offensive line gave him time to block and gave him time to throw the ball, Bryce Null.
So again, two receivers split. He hands it off straight up the middle. Guerrera, he picks up almost 9 yards after the Panthers' first completion of the night.
Yeah, he's able to take that angle that you need to take on that particular play. The play is not right up the gut. It actually is an angle play from that fullback position right behind the quarterback. He's got to take that angle that goes just right behind that tackle. If he doesn't take it, make that right behind the tackle, he gets bottled up inside. He made the right angle, and they make those little either side steps or jump cuts, and he does a great job at it.
So two receivers split again. Bryce, he fakes it. He's off. He's up the middle. He's weaving, bobbing, weaving. He breaks away.
One man to beat.
One man.
Oh.
And he's pulled down by Tyson Hancock, number 5, inside the 5.
We'll still give him a big.
So just when we thought that play was dead, they run it again, Hank.
Yeah.
And fool us.
Right, but this time it was a little bit of we had a little bit of luck on that play. And the reason I said, when the Panthers overran with their defensive end or outside linebacker gets up too far and they slide right inside of it, well, that's what happened with Smithsville. They came out to the outside, took themselves out of the play, and Bryce Nall cuts it up inside, makes a good read, and gets up, upfield quickly.
Just a huge play down to the 4-yard line for Smithville. Handoff straight up the middle. Guerrera up the middle. Is he in? No, he's going to be a little bit short.
Yeah, they're going to call him down just before the goal line. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and goal. Now, I would not go to this play. I would not go to Bryce Nall on this one. Keep doing what you're doing. Be very thankful for that offensive line for what they're doing, and give them some credit right now, and give them some, some kudos. And how you reward your offensive line, run it right there. Go right at him. Let that offensive line push him back.
So just inside the 1, Nall under center. He hands off straight up the middle with the push. Nall pushes him.
He's in.
In for the Panther touchdown.
First touchdown in the varsity uniform for Mr. Colin Blunt. Congratulations to him on his first touchdown here at Navarro, on the varsity. He's a freshman that just got brought up this week, right?
It was, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And great run, great fight.
Yeah.
Lining up for the extra point. Good snap, good hold, good kick.
Nice kick.
So the Panthers tie it up 21-21 with 7:27 left in the third quarter. Man, that was a big drive, Hank. 75 yards.
Yeah, and talking about, Scott Kibbe said there was really no penalties because of the offsetting penalties that were against the Panthers in the first half. They had to overcome 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties in this drive alone, and they were able to overcome that adversity. And that's what you want to see out of a team. It's not necessarily, how well they do and everything, and how well they can, get out there, run the ball. It's really how well they deal with adversity. It's just anything in life that you deal with, you're going to deal with something that you don't like, and something bad's going to happen. And the way you react to it and overcome it, that's what these Panthers did.
So, tied up 21, and it was highlighted by the big run by Bryce Nall. I'm not sure how long that was, but it was a good 40, 50-yard run. And like you said, they overcame a couple of penalties. So let's see who's going to kick here. Panthers are lined up at the 40. This one's going to be Landon Taylor. He's going to kick it.
Oh, line drive.
He hands a reverse. Tyson Hancock. He's running right. There's a flag down, and it looks like, I think that's Colton Schulke that ran him out.
Yeah, Schulke was able to get over there and make the play. When it gets to Tyson, Hancock, you're like, oh, my goodness. But the one thing I saw out there is we see Robertson back out on the field, but I think this is going to be called back either a block in a back or a hold. Let's see what we got. Oh, we've got the call out there, and I've already forgot which one that is, but I believe that one was a
illegal forward pass was the call.
Yeah, that's what it was. I saw it, and I'm like, wow, I haven't seen that in forever in a high school football game, but he must have tossed it forward instead of, you can hand it, but you cannot toss it. So it ended up being a toss forward. So
That was it.
that was it.
Yeah, that was it. An
Man.
interesting call.
It got me. I was like, wait a minute. I had I'd like to call a little moment there.
So 1st and 10 from their own 21. Roberson runs right. He breaks a tackle, but he is bottled up by the Panthers.
Oh, nice defense on the outside. Containment. And good job by the Panthers overall. Jacob Gilbert was in on it, but, more importantly, we had a host of Panthers in on that particular play.
Loss of 2, 2nd down and 12.
So Roberson loses 2 yards on that. It's 2nd and 12, 6:49, and the clock's ticking in the third quarter. Tied up 21-21 here.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Tyson come back in if this doesn't work on the next series for Robertson. But it's a 2nd down and 12.
Shotgun, he hands off. He comes right. Can't see who that is, but it's a short gain. Looks like the Panthers bottle him up after about a 4-yard gain up to, I want to say, the 23-yard line of the Tigers.
And you see it with Trevor McClanahan comes with the ball and tries to take it inside. Panthers are there. Good job on defense. But what I was saying is that you may see Tyson Hancock come back in there if, like I said, if this doesn't seem to work out. Seemed like he was able to make things happen in that first half for the Smithsville Tigers.
So 3rd and 9. Roberson in the shotgun. Tyson Hancock to his right. He rolls right. Doesn't seem good coverage. He throws a pass and is incomplete.
And you're just hoping that there's not a penalty being called because Robertson got hit right at the end. I think he was still well in play, and it was a legal hit, but there is an injured player on the field right now for Smithsville Tigers. So we'll talk about a few other things, Lance. And I know you had gotten through the tennis, and I didn't know if you had any more announcements you had to make. If not, I think we can go to the Panther Fest that's going to take place tomorrow. I believe they have it. I believe they have it starting at 9:30 for the tractor pulls and stuff that's going on, and they'll have Davila's catering truck will be there. And the one thing we didn't mention earlier that goes on is they're going Kona Ice, yeah.
It's going to be out there too.
Yeah, they're going to have a DJ Manning. They're going to have dancing. They're also going to have a chicken drop bingo. We were laughing about that last week, but that is something they'll have. They'll have at 5 o'clock. They'll have dinner to be served as well. So this is all for benefit the FFA at Navarro here. So join them at Panther Fest and the tractor pull over at the Big Red Barn there, right off of Cordova and 123.
Correct. Yes. Bargain. I'm heck. I might venture out there tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, the tractor pulls are really neat because most of the time you'll see the antique tractors and that sort of thing. You don't get to see those every day. I know a buddy of mine, Weldon Harbeth, he has an old farm tractor he's made into a barbecue pit. So they did give him a penalty. We talked about that. I did not see it after that break.
It's going to be 1st down for Smithsville at their own 36-yard line.
1st down, Smithsville.
And look who's back there now.
So he hands off straight up the middle, number 11, and the Panthers bottle him up after a short gain for about 3 yards. That was Kershawn Haywood again, senior.
Yeah, one of their leading rushers, but Tyson Hancock back there running the show. I think one of the injuries may have been, I'm just speculating here, may have been Robertson, but I think I see him standing on the sideline. So I hope they weren't listening to our broadcast, Lance. Well, maybe you do if you want the people out there listening. But Tyson is back in there at the helm.
So Tyson Hancock, 2nd and 6, hands off to the right side. Number 11, he's going to be hit, knocked out of bounds. A nice hit by the Panthers. And that's Colton Scholke comes up and Jaden Gomez cleaning him up.
So it's still short of a 1st down. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1. Good job by the Panther defense to at least prevent him from getting that first down. It's going to be third and 1. Big play coming up here, Lance. So, you know, we got to get the troops. We got to rally the troops right here.
So third and looks like a little less than 1 yard. The Smithsville at their own 46-yard line. 2 backs in the backfield. Snap. He hands it. The Panthers hit him. Oh, no.
He's short.
He is short.
It depends on the spot. It looks short. I see the official on the other side. It's going to bring up a 4th down and short. They did not make it. So do you take that chance for Smithsville?
Well, you know, Smithsville runs out of the shotgun. It's not like they get over your center and just, man, it's almost like they could do a quarterback sneak, but we'll see what they end up doing.
And if you're going to go for the gusto, you know, in some of these situations, play action that nobody would. But if I would do it, an RPO type of play, so that way it gives your quarterback options, especially Tyson Hancock here. He could do that.
4th down, they snap it, they run it. He's got it the first down. Boy, he is hammered by Bryce Nall. Comes up and makes a nice
That's
hit.
the second big hit of Bryce Nall. That's what it sounded like. A little more clashing in that. I guess I get another sound effect for that one. But Bryce Nall came up and, man, second time tonight he's had the big hit.
Man, he ran the alley well on that, and he laid the wood on who was that, number 6?
I thought it was Tyson Hancock, but
number 5.
I could be wrong. And but I could be wrong on that one because no, it is. If I'm right.
So Kershawn Haywood, no, it's Tyson. He does hand off, going to the right side. He looks like he could get outside. He's tackled. Nice tackle out there by Landry Blackburn. Comes up from the corner and makes the play after it looks like he got about 1 yard.
Yeah, I like that. I like that number 7. That's for sure. And the player that's playing it right now, he's outside, and if he doesn't make that tackle, there could be some green turf in front of him. And good job by just a nice takedown. Not very much yardage on the play. Was able to fight off some blocks and make the tackle. Good job, Blackburn.
So that's going to bring up 2nd down and 9 from the Panther 48-yard line. Snap. No, he keeps it. Zone read, he runs straight up the middle.
Ball.
And that's Roberson is back in
Yep.
again, and he runs it straight up the middle for about almost a first down, a little short. I'd say 8.
Yeah, he's not walking like you know. He's got a little gimp to him, and I don't think he's 100%, but he's out there playing with heart right now. And the Smithsville Tigers, I think, are gonna have to score on this drive, because I think the way the Panthers have been playing, that if they don't score on this drive and Panthers get the ball back, you'll see the Panthers, just take it down the field as they've been doing on their latest drives.
So the ball at the 40-yard line of the Panthers. Snap. He's running left. Yeah, nice.
Yep.
Gabriel Rangel comes up and hits him first, and then a couple Panthers cleaned it up.
Yeah, Tyson Hancock had really nowhere to go on the outside. Rangel gets out there, and with a host of Panthers, because it's got to be about gang tackling. It can't be just one person making that tackle. You have to be able to come down and find the lanes, and then you'll scrape, and then you come downhill, and you've got to attack. But it's got to be collective. You got to stay in those lanes. If you break down those lanes and you over pursue, that's where you have the problem.
So 4th and 3. Big play here for the Panthers if we can hold him. He's back. He's going to throw it. He does throw it right. He's out of bounds.
Yeah.
He overthrows his receiver. Looks like Colton Schulke on the coverage, but, man, I don't know if anybody had a chance that one.
No, that one was way out of bounds. There was no chance. He actually had I thought he had Adams, the 6'1" sophomore receiver. I thought he had him on the sideline, and all he had to do was throw right at him, and he would have made the catch in bounds. But right now the Panthers, stop them on that big 4th down play. Now the Panthers take over on the 42-yard line. First down, Panthers. That was a big.
So Panthers are going to set up shop at their own 42. Handoff. Cohen Blunt straight up the middle. He's pushing. He's grinding. He was hitting. He was still moving the pile for a pickup of about 3 down to the 45.
Yeah, exactly 3 yards at the 45. And again, the offensive line is giving him enough to get him that initial 3 yards, and he got a little push as well. And now, wow, man, they're giving a pretty good spot. They give him 4 yards on that. So that little push got him that extra yard. And so now we'll see what the Panthers do when they have a wideout.
So we wide out, guy split out. Bryce fakes it, runs to the right. A lot of room again. Just when they just when we think they stop that little quarterback end around.
Well, the only thing I'm laughing at about here is that, well, I think the Panthers got away with a hold on that one. And I hate to say that, but it was one of those where even the lineman that committed that penalty, that may have committed a penalty but didn't because there was no flag thrown. It's only if that flag is thrown. He looks back at the official after he wraps up the defender from behind.
So first down at the Smithsville, looks like 44-yard line. Handoff, going to the left. He spins. Landon Taylor, he spins up down to about the 38-yard line. A nice pickup for Landon Taylor there.
Yeah, nice hard run. And we haven't seen McBain out there because we see him on the sidelines now. There's a quick injury timeout, but the player looks to be okay. He's getting off the field on his own accord for the Smithsville Tigers.
So it's going to bring up about 2nd and 5 from the Smithsville Tiger 39-yard line for the Panthers. There's 8-7. I'm not sure the Panthers are going to get this off. Looks like 5-4 seconds left in the third quarter. We're just going to let the clock run and take it to the fourth quarter.
Wow, what a football game. I mean, I think the Panthers are doing great thus far in this half. Compared to what it could have looked like early on. They've made some good defensive stops. They've really taken the ball down the field, overcome with adversity in that quarter, overcame 2 big unsportsmanlike penalties, and still was able to take it in for his first rushing touchdown of his varsity career, Cohen Blunt, and from basically, 1 yard out. So, man, what a game. What a game, right?
You know, in the first quarter, I think both teams had four possessions. In the third quarter, they each had 1. I guess technically, the Panthers had 2. They're on their second possession, but geez, man, both teams held the ball for quite a while, and hey, Smithville's been running the ball more than
throwing
the second
it,
half than they have been throwing it. So obviously that has something to do with it. But
yeah, if they get behind, they might throw it. But Lavernia is losing only 27-30, or by LaGrange is up 30-27. I should say it the other way. Gonzalez 27-13 over Marion, and Seguin still winning 40-21 in the fourth quarter. It actually went final 40-29 against Laredo.
So Bryce, he's back. He's back to pass. He's got a couple open receivers. He looks. And that was to the tight end, Ian Palmer.
Yeah.
Man, it looked like it hit him in the hands, but I couldn't tell exactly. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, that was a little mustard on that ball too. It didn't quite come off, as a perfect spiral, but it had some heat behind it, and that was a hard ball to catch for most anybody. So.
I like the call, though. Second and 5, and your whole playbook's really at your disposal there. Nice. So 3rd and 5. We've almost got a guy back in the eye. That's Bryce. He's running up the middle, and he's going to be pulled down right for a short gain. That was a strange formation. It was almost like we had an eye back.
Right. We it looked like they were leading with the 2 backs to follow, that he was going to follow, Bryce was. And it just didn't pan out. It looked like there was a lot of confusion on who needed to block who, and that didn't work out. So, and I'm smelling burgers up here.
So 4th down and 4 from the Smithsville 38-yard line. Bryce pulls out.
Oh, Panthers take that timeout. Looked like they were trying to draw him off sides. Do you think the Panthers at this point should punt the ball or not? I don't know. Well, we'll just stay tuned and we'll watch. But I will tell you that we would like to show the QR code, if we have it, available for donations for the Audiovisual Club. We have students right now running the computers, running the cameras. Those are all part of the Audiovisual Club that the Panther Posse has made available, the equipment and such. So if you want to donate to the Audiovisual Club, there's the QR code. It'll take you to the PayPal account. Donate whatever you like. I mean, from $1 to $2, $5, whatever case may be, it goes to the Audiovisual Club. And it really helps out these students for the future, in which we can put this thing together. It's starting to get off and running already, man. Can you believe that? In a matter of 3 weeks.
3 weeks, the Navarro Panther Network is alive and running, and yes, exactly, it goes directly to the network, and so this is a big fourth down. If you got a receiver, split off to the right side.
Big play, fourth down.
Null under center. He rolls out. Oh, he pitches it right. Walker Dietz makes a nice move. Man, quick feet.
Yeah.
That's another freshman that came up this week.
Yeah,
it was a heck of a run.
And nice run. And we were just looking. What I was looking for is making sure, hold on that ball. Don't use that off arm too much, because you're going to expose that chicken wing. And he did a good job of holding on the ball, but also better cuts that he made. A few little jukes here and there. Follow that lineman. As you saw the kick out block on that play, he cuts it back inside, makes the first down.
So 1st and 10, he hands off Guerrera straight up the middle off the right.
Oh, yeah.
The dive play off the right guard. And, man, the right side of the line, again, Matthew Richardson, Mac Berry, and Ian Palmer just blowing a huge, huge hole.
Guerra doing a great job of following his blockers and doing exactly what he needed to do. Well, it looks like Gerald is just really taking it to the Caldwell Hornets, 55-8 in the third quarter with 22 seconds remaining there. And then you had Lago Vista 41-3 over Giddings.
So Null, again, same play over the
hard hit there, though.
It was 2nd and 3, and it looks like he probably has enough here for a Panther first down. They started at the 24-yard line.
Yeah, now we have a Panther down. Injury timeout is being called. So we usually like to go into any announcements that we have. We've already been through our Panther Fest. We've talked to you about that. That's tomorrow for the FFA.
Well, let's talk about what's coming up next week.
All right, sounds good.
Next week, volleyball will be at Fredericksburg on Tuesday, and on Wednesday, the 14th, our tennis team, I think I mentioned this earlier, will be playing at home at 4:30 p.m. against Floresville. So come out and see the Panthers and support them. Next Thursday, Sub-varsity football, JV is going to be here against Lavernia. The Lavernia Bears, an old rival there.
Right. Goes way back. I played them when we were in junior high. We played them on one of their back fields. I mean, the field was like one of the fields back over here where the junior high practice on. I mean, they just drew some stripes, and those stripes were crooked, and I think it went every 10 yards as opposed to every 5 yards.
Okay.
So those were. I'm sorry. I'll regress here. Go ahead.
No. You always love hearing good stories about the Bears and Panthers back in the day. Right?
Yeah. Oh man, that was something. And that it was a big rivalry back then as well. It lasted for a couple of years, and Lavernia just got bigger than the Panthers for a while, and then they met back up. So once our sizes were comparable, close to each other, then we start playing, and they're in our district just about for everything else when it comes to volleyball, basketball. So it's become a big rivalry, just like us and Wimberley.
So it's 1st and 10. He did pick up the first down. It's 1st and 10 at the Smithsville Tiger 20-yard line. There's 9:57 on the clock. The score is tied 21-21. We're here in the fourth quarter, and boy, it sure would be nice to see the Panthers punch this in.
Yeah, and they're taking a nice methodical drive. That's what you like to see from the Panthers. Be patient. You don't have to take and get anything big.
No, under center. He's going to throw it. He's got a receiver. Oh, he throws a little bit behind. And that was, again, Walker Dietz. So incomplete. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. from the 20-yard line.
And I just said that. You don't need anything big, be patient. And then they go to, try to get it down the field on a pass play. I don't mind the call. It's just that right now you've been able to move the ball down the field with your big boys, your big fullbacks, Guetta and Cohen Blunt. So I would expect him to go back to Blunt, running the ball. If not that, maybe one of the inside other plays to Landon Taylor.
So no, he hands it off to the right side. Walker Dietz, he spins. He's got a nice gain out to almost looks like a gain of 8, maybe down to about the 12, 13-yard line.
Yeah, Dietz takes and follows his blockers well, and it was a really nice setup because we could see that angle. We had a perfect angle going right behind it. He's following his lineman and able to take and kick it inside and be able to make those little side steps, jump cuts, and all that, and was able to make good yardage. So that's a 3rd down and manageable 3.
He sure seems like he's got some quick feet.
Yes.
3rd and 3, 3.5. No, he's going to bring it. Go to the right side. He spun. He looks like he's close to a first down, but it looks like he's a little bit just short.
Yeah,
Let's see where they mark it.
And that play looked like it was almost an option play, and we know what play it is where they could also go out to the outside. I think, there was a thought there to kick it out to Dietz, but I think Nall actually decided, I'm going to try to take this and go right up on the outside and see if I can cut it up and get that first down. And Nall came up a little short. Hand it to Smithville's defense, though. They were there, and they were ready for that particular play.
So 4th down and about 1.5 from the Smithville 11-yard line. Huge play. 2 receivers split to the far side. Nall under center. He snaps it. He hands it to Cohen Blunt.
Yeah,
and it looks like
he's right at the line, but I don't like the spot.
No. Man, the line judge ran in immediately. Immediately and ruled Smithville ball. I mean, they didn't even have a chance to measure or anything.
Yeah, one Panther slow to get up. I think Ian Palmer, but it looked like it to me from here. Unless his knee went down, I thought he got his upper body across that line. But they're saying he's just short because of the where his knee went down prior to him crossing that line. So
yeah,
a good job by either way though. Smithville's defense did show up and they did make it up to the officials in that particular point. And when you have to make it there, you know you're doing a good job.
All right, so 8:12 left in the 4th quarter. Smithville's going to take over at their own, let's call it 10-yard line.
Yeah. Tyson Hancock.
And Tyson Hancock's at quarterback. Yeah. So in the shotgun, and we've got.
What do we got? A timeout. Panthers is being called. Now.
I think that's the 2nd timeout for the Panthers.
Yeah, that leaves them with 1 as they took that first timeout when they had the 4th down play. Right now, Wimberley and Brock Eagles. It looked like Wimberley is going to run away with it, but Wimberley is only up, or is not up. They're all tied up, 23-23.
Wow.
And Lago Vista, as I told you earlier, is just running away with it against Giddings, which is surprising to me. And then you had, Smithville and Geronimo Navarro. Oh, we're tied up, 21-21, and Gerald's still up, 55-8. The Seguin Matadors won 40-29. Congratulations to them. Marion lost to Gonzales 27-13, and it's 37-27 LaGrange over Lavernia. So those are the local scores right now. And now it's up to the Panther defense to make a big play. Don't let Tyson Hancock get to the outside. If that, trying to check the number to make sure that is him.
Yeah, I think it is. He's back. He's run straight up the middle. He's going back to the right side. He's going to get outside. He gets around the corner, and he is out of bounds outside the 40-yard line for the Panthers.
Wow. And he's not very big. As he gets closer to us, I'm like, wow. Little guy out there, but you talk about quick feet. That young man has quick feet.
He's listed at 5'10", but I think that's generous.
Yeah.
Great run. He got outside the corner. He got outside Schulke over here on the right side, and then it was just We had to run him down from the backside.
Right, a nice little off-tackle play that just goes right where, again, the defensive ends and outside linebackers go up the field too far. And so the Panthers have to do a little better job of containment with their linebackers.
Oh.
What do we got? Timeout now,
Smithville. So Smithville's at their own 41, 8:04 left. And that's Smithville's first timeout. So they've got 2 left with the Panthers only having 1.
Right, well, and tonight we're also very thankful to the Panther Posse and their Diamond sponsors. I just want to mention that to say that the Diamond sponsors and Panther Posse is what's helping this run tonight with the stream. But we also wanted to let you know the Audiovisual Club, we need donations. So we'd like for you to donate to the Audiovisual Club by getting to the, once we get the QR code back up there it is. You can go up there. It'll get you the link to go to PayPal, and you can make a donation, $1, $2, whatever you like, whatever you can. Help out with the stream, and we'll continue building the Audiovisual Club, and it's going pretty good. So thanks to all the students out there running the cameras, the computers, running all the cables to get all this. You wouldn't believe all the stuff we have here in the press box. It's unbelievable. So thank you, Panther Posse, and the students. Go ahead.
No. Not to interrupt. Well, I'll get to it after this play. The Worst Bowl's going on over in New Braunfels, and I wanted to update folks on that one too. So that's always a big rival. So 1st and 10 for the Tigers at their own 41-yard line. They hand it off, going to the right side. Number 11. Oh, and he is hit. Oh, that was Landon Taylor. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, these guys coming out of the secondary, Landon Taylor a lot of times have been playing corner, and he comes all the way from the opposing side, opposite side, and is able to get around and make one big hit.
Wow, he read that play from, it looks like he's a defensive end, and he read that play and tracked him down from the other side.
Yeah, we've seen him play different positions, and what a play.
So he's standing up, coming off the edge this time. So he hands it off again. Same play, about the same result, about a gain of 2 yards. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 6.
Uh-oh. Landon Taylor hit Tyson Hancock just after he'd handed the ball off, and you see Tyson shaking his shoulder and arm a little bit. And it was a pop because they're trying to carry out a fake. If you're carrying out a fake, then you're out there. You're putting yourself out there, and you could get hit. And Landon Taylor made sure he didn't have the ball and put a nice little pop on him. Maybe make him think about keeping the ball.
So 6:47 and counting. 3rd down and 6. They hands off to the right side again. Ball's up. Ball's out. Looks like the Panthers jumped on it. They did.
Yeah.
The Panthers do have it.
Yeah, Arias comes up with the ball of the Panthers. As that ball comes out, Landon Taylor again was on that tackle, and he pulls the ball down as he's bringing down Krishawn Haywood. So
wow,
big play by I have to say Landon Taylor. Almost three plays in a row. He's made some difference. Yes, and that was a big difference there.
Wow. Playmaker on defense. We talked about it, right?
Yeah.
At a crucial time, we've got 6:36 left. The Panthers got the ball back at their own 49. Or I'm sorry, Smithville's 49. So here we go. Null under center. He fakes it. He's going to throw it. He's got a receiver. He's got Blackburn. And he stumbles. He stumbles almost.
He overthrows him, but wow. And that goes to show you, we talked about it before. Null has an arm.
Yes.
Null can get the ball out there and down the field. He threw a dime with Landon Taylor, but Landon Taylor dropped that ball. But this time it was overthrown. But if we could get that connection, in the future, there's going to be some big plays by the Panthers coming up.
So Null again, he fakes, he keeps it, he's flipped up in the air and falls forward for a nice gain. Looks like they're going to give him 5.
Yeah, 5 or 6 on the play. So yeah, it gives them 5. So any updates on the Worst Bowl?
So the Worst Bowl, it looks like the Canyon Cougars were up 21-17 in the. It looks almost at the end of the third quarter. Yeah, that could be a big upset.
That's a big upset, I would think. But Canyon Lake's 2-0 as well, so you can't take that away. I said Canyon Lake. Canyon is 2-0 as well, so big game.
So Bryce again looks like he's. Oh, it almost looked like he's clotheslined. He's running left, and I don't see any flags.
Yeah, when you wrap up around the helmet, that should be a penalty. I mean, and that's the only thing I would say is that when you grab up anywhere around the helmet area, you can't really bulldog somebody down in this day and age, or you're not supposed to. But we just saw it there, I think.
Well, it looks like the Panthers are going to punt.
Well, we say they. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, there's 5:15 and the clock's ticking, and yeah, they're setting up to punt. We'll see if they punt.
Yes.
Bryce Null is back to punt.
Oh man, I tell you, what a game! What a game!
5 minutes, and they're blowing it dead.
Yeah, it looks like we got a timeout call. I just didn't see who called it. I'm waiting for.
Man, the Smithsville coaches are trying to get them back on the field.
Oh, they did not call a timeout.
So Smithville scrambling up to the line. The ref's holding it though. The umpire's holding it.
And they're not even running the play clock, which hadn't been reset. I mean, that has been reset.
A lot of confusion going on here. Now the umpire does pick up the ball. It almost looks like they're going to. They are. They're going to mark off yardage against our Panthers.
5 yards. Is that a delay?
5 yards. And
the umpire didn't even let them get down to snap the ball. How could you call a?
Yeah.
Unless they called a false start or something.
And now they're rolling the clock. The snap is back to Bryce. He kicks it, almost rugby style. It takes a Panther roll, keeps rolling. Can we grab it?
Oh, it takes
Walker Dietz down there, and he's
it.
at the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
He jumps on it at the one.
Yeah.
A heck of a play. He almost danced on the top of it.
Right, and what in high school and college ball, it's about the football, not where your feet are when you touch it. Like in the pros. In the pros, if your feet once you've crossed over to the end zone and you touch it, but it's not that. That's not the case in high school and college ball. You can touch it even if you're in the end zone. It's where the ball is. As long as it never crosses that plane, then it is not a touchback. But once it touches that line, it's automatically a touchback. And that's great job.
Great
job.
special teams play from the Panthers.
Yeah.
So Smithville's going to have the ball at their own 1 yard line with 4:41 to go.
Yeah.
Now,
you can't hold them in there. You got to keep them in there and make a big play.
So he snaps it from the end zone. He runs up and tackled about the 4 yard line. Basically runs it straight up a dive play. But the Panthers hold him, so it's going to bring up at about 2nd and 6?
Yeah, Nick Schwartzlose in on that tackle. So bringing up a 2nd and 6. And Smithville is, right now they got a long ways to go. But the one thing about it, there's a lot of room behind the Panthers for big plays. And you don't want to let that happen.
Yes. So 2 receivers split to the far side. Shotgun. He does hand it off. He's going right. He's bottled up. What? No, he's still running. The Panthers, there's got a swarm around him. And the ball's out.
Well, they had already blown the whistle.
Okay.
I heard the whistle blow, so they're going to call his forward progress. I don't think they're going to call a fumble.
Yeah, it looked like there was a bunch of Tigers and a bunch of Panthers there, and
I'm sorry to be a potty pooper, but it was like that time I was like, I heard the whistle through the crowd mic, and I'm like, well, they called the forward progress before that ball came out. Forward progress was stopped, but good thing about it, it's 3rd down and 5. So Panthers here, this is a big play.
A big play. 3:17 and the clock ticking. He's in the shotgun. He's back. He's rolling right. Hancock, it doesn't look like he's going to pick up the 1st down. He's just short of the 10-yard line. Not sure who. I think it looked like Bo Brumley along with Landry Blackburn in on the tackle.
Yeah, they were both there.
4th down and about 3.
Now this is where the nerves could get to you. Oh, they're setting up. They're going for a 4th down.
They're going for
goodness.
it. There's 2:43. He's set up in the shotgun.
Oh, no.
No, it looked like the Panthers jumped offside. They got back. He does snap it. He's rolling right. Landon Taylor's got it. He throws it, and it's gonna be incomplete.
Yes, the Panthers get it.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Who? I don't know.
Landon Taylor is defensively has made some huge plays here tonight as he gets to the outside and nowhere to go, and the ball is up and out of the way. You could, a good play, but I think the whole idea behind it was to get them to jump offside, get the Panthers to jump off sides. That's the whole reason behind it. And so it looks like when they jumped, if the center would have snapped it when the Panthers jumped, that would have been a 1st down for the Smithville Tigers.
So the Panthers take over. It looks like just inside the Smithville 9 or 10-yard line, so around the 9. It's going to be 1st and goal. First and goal.
Yes, sir.
But 2:31 left, tied 21-21 here in the 4th quarter.
Panthers have to punch it in
Bryce
here.
Nall under center. He hands off, goes to the right side. Landon Taylor, and he's bottled up for looks like no gain.
Yeah, he's been on both sides of the ball, and he looks a little tired. So we'll see. They have Guetta in there as the fullback. He seemed to have a little pep in his step the last time he was in there. Let's see if that happens again.
So he ended up losing about, a yard and a half there. So it's going to be out at about the 11-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter.
The clock is ticking. There are 2 minutes left. One receiver split to the near side. Handoff, Guerrera. Looks like, and he's I thought I saw it opening up.
Yeah, it did, and he did exactly what we talked about earlier. Remember, he has to take that at an angle and go off that side. Just one defender between him and that end zone, and that one defender was able to make the stop by taking the legs out from under Guetta. Good job by Smithville to stop that touchdown, but otherwise, wow, Guetta had his opportunity.
So down to the 6-yard line, 3rd and goal. Bryce back. Bryce rolling right. There's a flag. Bryce dives for the pylon. Looks like he is in for a touchdown, but we do have a flag on the backside. I probably suspect holding.
Yeah, and I don't know if at first I was thinking maybe it was holding against the defense, but we'll see what the call is. It's going to be holding offense on that play. Yep.
Yeah, on the backside, it almost looks like one of our players tackled.
Remember, I told you we got away with one earlier. That was the same type of play that happened there. So
there's 1:14 left on the clock. The Panthers are going to be backed up 10 yards.
Here's the way I would look at it, though, Lance. I would say you've got 2 plays to get into the end zone. This play has to be a play that you can get halfway there, so you don't have to throw the ball. But you should take one of your best plays tonight and see if you can run it. Is that going to be Bryce Nall running it, or is it going to be Guetta running it? We'll see in an eye.
So the 16-yard line, Bryce, he rolls to his right, he throws it, and heck of a catch!
Wow.
Oh my gosh! Colton Schulke just stretches, and it's a Panther touchdown. What a pass, and what a catch.
Oh my goodness. That was amazing. It was on a rope. That ball was thrown with velocity, nice spiral, and only put where Schulke could catch it. What a nice job by both the quarterback and receiver, as he had to snag that one out of the air. I thought that was offsides there by that point is good. I thought looked like Smithville jumped on that one a little bit early. But we'll give that a big thank God we got it in there. It's 28-21. 1:09 remaining here, Lance. Oh, my goodness. You know, what a football game. What a football game.
Wow, that's a great pass, great catch. Like you said, I mean, he threw it right to the only spot where our and Schulke's a big, tall kid. So, and he's got long arms, and boy, that sure paid off right there.
Yeah, quarterback to quarterback. Schulke's the backup quarterback, and Nall threw it to his backup quarterback who played receiver now. And Schulke just, I mean, literally, he had to go up and just snag it out of the air, pull it down, and, man, just a phenomenal pitch and catch. And I did not expect that, Lance. I thought, well, let's see if they run the ball first and then do that. Oh, no, you know, Blunt, this year I have not been able to predict what he's doing or what he has to do. But I think he has, you know, there's a certain type of, talent level you got to work with. There's things that you're figuring out as you go. And he's doing a good job evaluating what talent he has and is able to work the offense around that. And we're starting to see that now.
All right, so Panthers kicking off. It's Sneed. He does kick it. It's a nice kick. It's fielded at about the 13-yard line. Number 11, he's rolling to his
left.
Nice, and he was tripped up and fell. I can't see the Panther that tripped him up.
Well, I thought Nick Swartzlosey was going to get down there. Yeah, he was down there first, but he slowed him down just enough to where everybody else came in and made the play. So good job. I'm telling you what, Lance, I don't know who we picked for player of the game because my mind's just right now is like spaghetti. Yeah, I just don't know which way to go.
Well,
as we're thinking about a minute 2 remaining here.
Minute 2 remaining. Smithville's got the ball at their own 27-yard line. 2 timeouts. Shotgun.
Play back.
Hancock. He's going to pass. No, he throws it out of bounds. So he's trying to throw to his brother, and I will say Tyson Hancock's strength is probably not throwing the ball.
Right.
It's probably running and being shifty and using his speed with his feet.
Right.
But
you're exactly right. Robert, I was looking for Roberson, and I see him standing on the sideline. I don't see him. You know, I don't know. This is a point where he's got a better arm.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. This is a point in time where I would think you would see him come back in just to throw the ball. But Panthers, I'd like to see him play back a little bit more with their free safety.
So 57 seconds left. 2nd and 10 from their own 28. He rolls to his right. It's thrown, and it's broken up. Looks like Landry Blackburn breaks that up.
Yeah, Landry Blackburn, perfect timing. Breaks on the ball as the ball gets there, hits the receiver, ball comes flying out. Beautiful play. Good job, Panthers. And all I can say is that, because remember the Cuero game last year, it's like, do not let anybody behind you is what I said before that play happened. And that's exactly what I'm saying right here in the next 2 plays. Panthers cannot let anybody behind them.
So, again, from their own 28, 52 seconds left, 2 timeouts, 3rd and 10. So, obviously, they've got 2 plays to pick up 10 yards here. Shotgun, Tyson Hancock. He's back to throw. Oh, it's Bo Brumley's chasing him. Oh, he misses him. He throws it deep. It's a sky ball, and it's caught.
Oh, no.
Oh, throws it to his brother, number 6. And I thought it.
Oh, man.
Man, it was
Jackson Hancock takes him right, and he got he got behind the defense.
Yeah.
And you just cannot let that happen.
So, jump ball caught, 35-yard line. Hancock again. Oh, and the Tiger receiver drops it. It would have been a minimal gain.
And that's also the kicker. So,
and it's almost a good thing he drops it there because, well, they do got 2 timeouts. I was going to say the clock would have kept running.
Yeah, McKay, he looks like there's a player for Smithville. Looks like more like cramps, like leg cramps coming up. But I'll tell you what, on that particular play, when Jefferson drops it, remember he's also a kicker. So it's like I'm assuming he doesn't get too many opportunities to receive the ball as a kicker as well.
So they're going to have the ball at the Panther 35.
But they're showing first down.
They are showing first down. It is not first down. It is 2nd down.
Or it should be 2nd. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
We're getting it corrected.
All right.
Come on, that's our own chain crew. Come on.
2nd and 10. Right, we're at home, right?
Yeah, we're at home.
2nd and 10, 28-21, 4th quarter, 30 seconds to go. Tyson Hancock, he's rolling to his left. He's got a little bit of pressure. He does throw it, and it's caught.
Did he bobble it?
No, it looks like.
I thought he bobbled it.
Yeah.
Ball was caught, but it was out of bounds.
Oh, they shot out of
okay.
bounds.
No, he was out of bounds. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he could be out of bounds because it looked like he was still bobbling that ball as he goes out of bounds.
Right.
And so that was an incompletion. Woo! Now it should be.
Oh, personal foul.
Uh-oh.
Roughing the passer.
Oh.
On the Panthers.
Oh.
Personal foul. Roughing
Oh
the passer
no.
call.
All right. Well, let's call it. Let's call the defense out.
Automatic first down.
Defense is going to have to go on the offensive here and really make sure, those are the kind of plays where you're going, hey, those do happen because you don't want your players to let up. You want them to go after the quarterback. Sometimes it's going to happen, and that's just the way it is.
22 seconds to go.
You hope they play smart.
Almost.
12 men,
12 men on the field.
Oh, they called a timeout. Let's see what we got. Oh, yeah, they were already on the field, so he got up, so picks up the flag, and they're going to call the timeout against Smithville. That leaves Smithville, I think, with just one timeout remaining here in the final quarter of play. Panthers are really in a spot. It's at the 20, right at the red zone line, and here the Panthers are going to have to come up with a couple more big plays. They've played big in the second half. They've taken and doubled up on the score compared to Smithville. Smithville's only scored one touchdown in this half. Or they have not scored. I'm sorry.
No.
They have not scored in this half.
They have not scored.
And we've been able to double up with them and scoring twice is what I meant. Boy, my mind's all over. I told you my mind's spaghetti tonight.
Well, I tell you.
Yeah,
so
it's
22 seconds left.
It's like a bowl of mush, yeah.
The ball's on the Panther 20-yard line. Smithville coming to the line. They've got one receiver to this side, two receivers to the far side in the shotgun.
Crowd's going crazy.
They do have two timeout. No, I'm sorry. They have one timeout left. In the shotgun, he's back. He's got a lot of pressure. He throws it, and it's out of bounds.
Just throws it out of bounds. Had nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go.
Pressure up the middle.
That's going to bring up 18 seconds left. 3rd and 10 from the 20-yard line. So, man, we got 2 plays, Panthers.
Yep.
2 plays to hold them.
Arias comes straight through, and, unblocked, untouched. And, Tyson Hancock just did all he could to get out of the pocket just to get that ball thrown out, because if he stays in that pocket, that's intentional grounding.
Right. So again, 2 receivers to the top, 1 receiver down. Snap off. He's got some time. He throws it to the back right side of the end zone. And a Panther
it should have been
there.
the other way. The Smithville was calling for a flag, and it should have went the other way as Smithville was all over Schulke.
Yeah.
Schulke on there defending. I thought he did an excellent job. Yeah. We get the chance to look at it back up on YouTube, and you pull it up, and that was a great play by Schulke.
Yeah, there was no. In my opinion, there was no flag.
Yeah.
Almost the receiver ran into Schulke and fell down.
Yeah.
And
I'm right there with you, Lance. Right. I'm right there. So now big
12
play.
seconds left. It should be 4th down, I thought. Snap. He's got a lot of pressure. He throws it. He's got a receiver in the middle of the field. Missed tackle. He runs, and he's down about the.
They're going to have to use their last timeout,
about
3
the
seconds.
10-yard line. They do call timeout.
No matter if he got the first down or not, even if they had to stop the clock, they would have had to restart as soon as the ball was set. And now Smithville takes their final timeout. The last play of the game will determine whether the Panthers will win or go possibly to overtime, depending on, this next play. And so stay tuned and keep watching. What a game we've got here tonight, folks. 3 seconds remaining. Panthers, man, I'll tell you what, they played a heck of a game. Now, has not let Smithville in the end zone in the second half tonight. Really stepped it up on defense. The offensive line has been moving the Smithville players around and making holes for the running backs. So this has been a tale of two halves, and now we're going to see the Smithville Tigers attempt to tie this game up, but the Panthers are standing in their way just inside the 10-yard line. So here we go, last play. So you got it.
First and goal inside the 10-yard line of the Panthers. They're in the shotgun. They've got 4 receivers to the top. They throw it. Oh, he throws it out of bounds. He throws it. He overthrows it. That's it. Panthers win.
Wow.
Man, they had the diamond formation, and he threw it over the head. I mean, no one could catch that. It wasn't close. And
you got to say some of that was because the Panthers had been bringing that rush. They had been blitzing, and Tyson has that, hey, I don't have much time. I got to get rid of it. He hurried to throw, and that's what happened. And, you feel for that young man. But, the Panthers prevailed, and it was not because of just this one play. You got to imagine, this was because of what the Panthers did in the entire second half, shut out Smithville in the second half, and that was the big deal. Not anything else, not that one play. It's a combination of all those plays, and I think the Panthers tonight has showed that they can play defense and they can play with anybody if they just get things together and play, stay in their lanes, don't over-pursue, and, God, we see what happens tonight. The Panthers are able to prevail. And what a game, though.
What a game. What a game. 28-21 final here from Irwin Lee Field here in Geronimo, Texas. But, jeez, Hank, I almost got to sit down after that.
Yeah, I had to. I just sat down. I'm like, oh, my goodness, I got to take a seat on that one.
That was a heck of a ball game, and you're exactly right. The defense steps up in the waning moments or seconds of the game, and it came down to one play to tie it or go to overtime.
Right.
And in our Panthers, man, and we forced a fumble in the second half. So
right.
the defense
really stepped it up.
Best half of the year for them.
Yeah, best half for the defense tonight.
And hey, we overcame a lot of adversity tonight. This is what this team needed, I think.
Oh yeah.
They needed a win under their belt, and they needed some confidence. And but hey, hats off to the Smithville Tigers. I will tell you, man, they fought hard.
Yep.
They came to play. They didn't quit.
No. They
so
left it all out on the field, as they would
did.
say, the old cliche, and sometimes the ball doesn't bounce your way. And, Panthers doing a better job in the second half, holding on to the ball, those sorts of things. I think it was, it's a combination. There's never really just one thing that will say, what won the game,
Right.
Well, that one play. No, that
Right.
one play didn't win it. It was a combination of things. And I tell you what, tonight, though, I think the Panthers played with a little more tenacity and on that defensive side, and they were ready. I mean, you could tell they were ready to play, and that's something you can't point your finger to exactly and say, what won it, but those are some of the things that I think that we can tell you that the Panthers, really came out and wanted to play tonight and played the way that we're used to seeing the Panthers playing. And so kudos to the Panthers, but also give a lot of credit again to Smithville. They played their hearts out tonight, and what a game, what a game. Well, I'm going to tell you what, we're going to go ahead and take a break, and we're going to go to the sponsors. But you're watching Navarro Panther football on the Navarro Panther Network, powered by the Panther Posse. So look for the diamond sponsors that'll be on your screen. And thank you, Panther Posse.
Some final stats, and what do you got, Scott?
All right, I've got for Smithville 13 first downs, 32 rushes for 158 yards, 204 passing yards on 6 out of 18 attempts, no interceptions, 2 punts for average of 38 yards, 3 fumbles, lost 2, 8 penalties for 56 yards. Hancock leading the way with them for 9 carries, 138 yards, and a touchdown. For the Panthers, 21 first downs, 55 carries for 382 yards, 27 passing yards. They sure made them count on 2 out of 7 attempts, 1 punt for 50 yards, and that one sure was big in this game. Five fumbles, lost 4, exact same stat it was at halftime, so they cleaned that up in the second half. For the leading the way rushing, Knoll 13 carries, 109 yards, 2 touchdowns. Guerra 11 carries, 81 yards, and then receiving Schulke 1 for 16, which was a touchdown. Taylor 1 for 11.
Wow.
Well,
wow. That's all I can sit here and go, wow. That was just a football game that you can watch over and over again, because that was so much fun. So Scott, I mean, I thought, the turning point was based on what the Panthers were doing defensively as opposed to offensive. Because offensively, to me tonight, they were moving the ball well. They were, except for holding on to the ball, having the fumbles they did and that sort of thing. But I thought overall that the Panthers defense was really the difference maker in this game because they shut out Smithsville in that second half from getting into the end zone.
Absolutely. I mean, they got control of the game, I think, in the second half for the first time. They had pressure put on them in some situations. They made the mistakes. The one thing that's going to stand out I had for the end up with the Panthers was 73 penalty yards. They had none at halftime. Most of those were those roughing the passer and mistakes that they need to cut out. It's made things a little harder for them than they had to be. But they made the stops when they counted. They got great pressure on the Smithville quarterbacks. And I think hopefully this is where they've kind of established their identity,
right.
Got some confidence, and can be the unit that we've been hoping they would be this year.
Right. And it's always in progress because you had injuries, you're reevaluating your talent because this talent is different than the talent we had last year, but they come out and they play differently. And you're seeing what I talked about earlier. We're seeing Coach Blunt work with what he has, and really it looks like he's developing some newer plays that allow for that talent to emerge. And that's what I saw tonight.
And hey, I don't know that I can't at least recall a time when we had all 3 starting running backs out. And then when Guerra goes out and did come back, fortunately, you had maybe your top 4 running backs, and that they were able to still get it done, to improvise, to run a few different things. A lot of credit to the Panther offensive line tonight. That's the most exciting thing. Showed some progress last week, but boy, tonight, much better.
Yeah, exactly. The offensive line, I just did the math. I've been quiet over here. Having the calculator
He's
out.
over there calculating,
But no, exactly. Offensive line, what we averaged 3.65 yards a carry against Cuero tonight. It was almost right at 7 yards a carry, which again makes a huge difference, right? And and you guys mentioned it. I mean, my one of our keys to the game was force some turnovers, and boy, we sure forced a timely one with Landon Taylor there, and almost we said it 3 straight plays, and boy, he ripped that ball out of there, and so good for him, and of course we didn't have a turnover in the second half, so
didn't even any fumbled, even recover our own fumble.
Right.
Much better ball control in the second half. You worry sometimes about if they're worried too much about fumbles losing some aggressiveness, but that certainly didn't happen. They kept playing hard.
Right. Right. And now looking at Lavernia next week, Lavernia loses to LaGrange 37-27 is the score I have here, and so. Lavernia's, they're scoring some points, but I see Lavernia and Navarro. You could just about throw away the record books. It doesn't really matter because these two still play with an old kind of traditional rivalry that we've seen from way back that seems to always emerge between these two because the communities are pretty similar. And plus, Navarro plays them, and they're in the same district in every other sport. but football.
Yeah.
You know,
It gets physical. That last year's, even though it was a blowout for the Panthers, it got a little testy, and you saw a lot of that. I think you'll see it again. You know, it's something for the Panthers, this team to accomplish. Is no Navarro team's ever won at Lavernia,
right?
So that would be something if they could could do that next week.
Yeah, because they had every opportunity to win that game. Going up, but almost by 21 points or something like that early on against Lavernia. That one year, I mean, I don't know if it was last year, but that one where there was a lot of turnovers that ended up happening against the Panthers.
Those it was 2 years ago down there, first game after COVID, and so many chances to put that game away, but the turnovers
really hurt them.
So,
yeah, that's what I was thinking of 2 years ago. They all start to run together when you do this for a while, So hey, as a parent too, you watch these games, you're like, oh my goodness, there's quite a few games. But now, Scott Kibbe, you can where can you be seen or heard, or I know you're a special correspondent to the Seguin Gazette. You're also a statistician and historian for Navarro for over 30 years now. So where can you be seen at? Where can you be found?
Check us out on Gazette, SeguinGazette.com. Article run on Sunday from this game. Quotes from Coach Blunt. We'll be talking to him after the game. And then we will have the preview for the next game for Lavernia. Will be running on Wednesday, same SeguinGazette.com, or pick up a Gazette at the picture store. So.
All right. Well, Scott, thank you for tonight, and we look forward to seeing next week in Lavernia, and we really look forward to that game. I think it's going to be a fun one too.
It's just good to get off the schneid. Now we've got to win. It feels much different.
That's right.
It does.
That's right.
It does.
Well, thank you again, Scott, and thanks for joining.
All right, so player of the game?
Yeah, player of the game. I think we talked about it in that little bit of break we had, and I would say definitely, that number 14 comes to mind quite a bit on both sides of the ball, because we said he had two really big hits.
Man.
I mean, they did sound, they did sound pretty loud. It sounded something like this.
When he ran the alley, Hank, and and I'm not sure what happened, but he might have hurt someone on those. But hey, he had some big runs.
Right.
Bryce had some huge runs, and he took advantage of all the opportunities. And then, heck, what can you say about the winning touchdown pass? It was about as good a pass as we've seen in a long time here.
I mean, it looked like we were running. We were running pass plays all year long, and we see Bryce Nall really on a rope. I mean, that ball wasn't but maybe 5 yards off the ground, and being able to pull down by Schulke on that touchdown, it was just amazing. I really haven't seen a play, similar to that, except for a guy in the end zone that catches a T-Wit, Tanner Whitson, when he catches the one against Cuero in Alamo Stadium.
Right.
That was about as close as I could get to that touchdown.
Right.
And so what an amazing deal. What a great, and what I mean by deal, it's like this whole game was like presented to you, and then boom, wow, look what happened. What a beautiful night too.
Wow.
To play. It was a little on the steamy side, but other than that, I think the players just loved it. It was a great day for football.
It was.
So, well, Lance, only one last thing I want to say is that the Panther Fest is tomorrow.
Yes.
It starts around 9:30 for the tractor pulls and all, so make sure to get out there at the Big Red Barn right there on the corner of Cordova and 123. Get out there, support the FFA for Navarro. And then you have all sorts of other events throughout the day. The bingo, the chicken drop bingo. And
the chicken drop bingo. That's a hit.
Plates and all that stuff. I wanted to make sure we make that a point. And then always, always look for the, the Facebook page that you have at the Panther Posse to get the updates and things that are going on. And we have the Audiovisual Club here. We have these students helping us out. And they've done a great job, I think, behind the camera, on the computer. So we like to thank them for their time and putting all this together. So the Audiovisual Club is off and running. And special thanks goes to the Montecel. We'd like to thank them as well for everything that they've done to put this package together for this production. They are a production company, and they are helping us out and getting this all running for the Audiovisual Club. Javier,
couldn't do it without them.
And Mariana, all them together are making this happen. So So we do have the QR code. Last thing for the Audiovisual Club, we'll put that up one last time, and that will get you to a PayPal account to get us the donations for the Audiovisual Club.
Cool.
That goes straight to them.
So come out next week. We're going to be in Lavernia, Hank,
Yeah.
and not far down the road. But if you can't make it, we will be live from Lavernia here on the Navarro Panther Network. And our Panthers are traveling over there at 1 win and 2 losses. So
Yeah.
feels good to get that and
get that win under the belt. And it was basically the 28-21 here tonight. The Panthers prevail, and so we'll go ahead and tell everybody bye and thanks, and thanks for joining us. And Lance, you can take us out, and we'll run you the sponsors, and we'll end it after that.
Everyone have a great night. You are watching the Navarro Panther football on the Navarro Panther Network, powered by the Panther Posse. Good night, everyone.
Good night.